guys.
I love that means, all right, guys, all right, let's get serious.
Oh,
Knock it off.
Okay.
dongles away.
Dongles away.
Should have called it a schlongle.
So the evening is coming, and you are tired. Gwen, you have promised these people a share of the treasure you're after, but you're nervous you won't be able to deliver. They all agreed at various points in your journey, and while everyone keeps to themselves mostly, you've been traveling with them anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. You at least know that they volunteered, seemed reasonably capable, and didn't ask too many questions. Neither did you. They all seem to be acting alone except for the human and Kenku who joined together and brought on Nishun. And they only speak to each other in hand signs. You've called in several favors to get this information, and you're only mildly sure of its validity. But you won't tell them that. What you have heard is that the mine known as Carbide, that mines Brimstone, will be lesser in staff due to several events hitting at the same time around the continent. You have a crude sketch of the compound. You know that the shift will change during the first break of daylight in the morning, and this will bring a fresh crew out at full roster. And that will make it effectively impossible to do what you need to do. But you can't stop now. Not when you're this close. To get where you're going stealthily, you've gone the path less traveled and ran into some obstacles along the way. A pack of wolves accosted you in a clump of forest that you were using for cover, and as per your plan, you needed to take out the lookout tower on the west side of Carbide. Luckily, the wolves were loud enough to cover your advances, and the tower was not alerted to your approach. It's reminiscent of a Firewatch tower, and it only houses 3 guards to look out over the compound and surrounding area. The guards can alert the compound of intruders and the nearby towns to send help in the event of a mine disaster. You've overpowered all the guards after some fighting. There turned out to be more than you expected, and it caused more trouble than you had planned on. But you still came out mostly on top. My first question to you, my players, is did you kill the guards in the lookout tower, or did you incapacitate them?
Are you asking all of us?
I didn't hear what you said.
Are you asking all of us?
I'm asking all of you.
Okay.
Oh,
Shoot, guys, what do you think? I don't know.
I mean,
Obleeb's not opposed to killing who needs killing, but if he can avoid it, he'd like to.
Yeah, I'm about the same, little one. Are you little?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm quite little.
Okay.
Very little. When you guys look at Obleeb, he's in full leathers. He's got like scraggly hair. Looks to be sort of young for a halfling. Maybe in his 70s. And he sort of seems confident, cocky. But oh yeah, and you can tell by the way he's dressed, the weapons he's carrying. He's probably roguish in some capacity.
Good.
Question for DM.
Yes.
Like, taking this guy out, did he, like, notice us? Did he, like, get a look at us or anything like that?
This was an ambush on your part. You snuck up the tower and was able to ambush them. You received significant damage, and they definitely saw you. Although the fog of battle and the adrenaline they're in is also a factor in people's recognition during these things. But as you think about that, though, Trin, please go ahead and describe yourself, please.
shit.
as Trin is kind of hearing everybody else talk, you'll see shorter human, about 5 feet or so. There's kind of a little bit of a scar running across down her face from the bridge of her nose. Brown hair, wearing sort of an overcoat, like around her body. Nothing that is sticking out. She seems to be packing very lightly for this journey. As she turns to look at Zil?
Zip it.
Zip it. What do you think?
Zip it. Please describe your character and respond.
Alrighty. You obviously see a raven-looking humanoid creature. Hold on. I was going to. Here we go. Kind of wearing ratty clothes. I mean, he kind of lives on the streets. And carrying around the only thing you see that's kind of I want to say shiny, but not shiny, is a little rapier that he's carrying around. Everything else definitely looks like he hasn't bathed in a good little bit, and made out of random ass scraps of cloth. Everything else is raven-like.
Mhm.
Obviously dark feathers, dark beak, dark eyes. Some feathers in the back, poofed up, kind of messed up. And then he's gonna look back. And Stein, you're asking me, what do we think about killing somebody, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like for sure they have zero idea we're here. We can kill them or we can incapacitate them.
So he's gonna look back at Trin and do their little hand signs for not kill.
She will hand sign back. If it comes to bite S. If it comes to bite us in the ass.
If it,
We kill everyone. I don't know.
The-
It can't be that
and-
hard.
Gwen, you would know that when people come, because people will come eventually, at the same time that they change shift in the mine, in the quarry, they will change shift on the watchtower. Although the watchtower is changed less frequently, it is happening at the same time. So in the morning, someone will come by, and they will find either a mess of dead bodies or a bunch of people tied up and incapacitated in some way. And also something to consider in your mind: if someone is incapacitated, you can't guarantee for how long.
So we have a couple of ideas to run by.
And as you say that, real quick, please describe yourself, because you haven't done that yet.
Gwen is a
Gwen
tiefling.
what?
Doesn't Guinevere?
Guinevere.
Guinevere is a tiefling. She is she's a lot taller than what everybody else appears to be so far. She's only 5'7" though. She's got like super tan skin. There is like, hold on, I'm gonna send a picture to the. Oh motherfucker!
oh, I forgot to say that I'm like just solid 5 feet.
Wait, I think I have it. Yeah. There she is. Yeah, she is. She's got like a whole mess of like scars around her neck, on her face. She is wearing an eye patch. Her eye that is visible is purple. She's got like wavy red hair, 2 horns, kind of not as prominent as most other tieflings are. She looks like way more human than she does like actually like tiefling or infernal or anything like that.
Did Taylor draw that?
Yeah.
Hey dog, what chat you upload that in?
Right, more chat.
Round one chat.
She needs to fucking sell that shit.
I'm trying to get her to.
Hey dude, like she could, man. That's what I'm hoping. When she drew Ugbor, I tipped very well. She should. She needs to understand that makes money. She can earn some
Yeah.
money doing that.
Dude,
Dude, I
I've
was
got on
talking about
like,
that.
was it Fiverr? And sent you pictures that I was like, she does so much better than this shit. And they were charging like $80 a picture or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she is in very common looking clothes. Like she's just in like a very like beige cloth tunic. She's got like a little vest on and just dark leather breeches. She does have a rapier at her hip, but there's like this very ornate and like delicate like sash around it. She kind of has like a little utility belt like Batman. She's got her ears pierced. You see a green ring on her finger. And really, that's about it. In the hilt of her rapier, there's like a little jewel too.
Okay, so what was she saying?
So, whenever the shift changes, how much longer is it until then? Like an idea.
It is late evening. You're looking at it's going to be until the first light of dawn before the shift change. So maybe
So
8 to 10 hours.
We've got about a full night's worth of time to get through this, but if they're dead, they're gonna stay dead, and they're not gonna wake back up maybe before that time. If they're alive, they could wake up way sooner. They could wake up as soon as we leave here.
DM.
Mm-hmm.
The information we have for for this score, we're attempting. Do we have any estimate at all of the value of the thing we're trying to obtain?
It directly relates to how much you can carry and steal, if you're able to get out of there alive, and with how much.
Okay, so
With your carrying capacity, you expect to be able to carry out a maximum of 5,000 gold each worth of material.
5,000 gold worth of material. Okay. 5,000 gold. I mean, that's worth 1 or 2 deaths, I would say, but I don't know about killing. If we kill these 3, we're probably gonna have to kill more. That's the only thing.
It's also worthy of note that not all of you are necessarily evil or have that alignment or anything. Mainly, you agreed to this because you were all desperate, and the people you are stealing from is a hyper-rich corporation.
Are they evil?
I've stolen
Very
from.
very little is known about them. They deal only with the elites and people who can afford to deal with them.
I've stolen from a lot better people than these. I don't feel bad for stealing.
Do they
don't
deal with
either.
evil people?
Dash, please.
Listen, I'd like to avoid this.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'd like to avoid this as much as I can, but
Well, I tell you what. Even if they were to wake up, what we could do is I have some. Oh wait, do I? Thought I had rope.
I don't think I have rope either.
I-
That shit
I-
weighs
okay.
a lot.
I have some rope. We could tie them up and we could gag them. If they wake up, they're not going anywhere.
Dash, please describe your character and give your input, if any.
Okay. So as he notices his the gazes of the other people on him, a Warforged in the corner will sort of, his eyes will sort of, it'll look like he's sort of powering up, and he's dressed sort of. Honestly, it's like he's just sort of taken armor and just slapped it on himself however he sort of could. It's very asymmetrical and would be uncomfortable on a human, definitely on anything that's not a warforged. But yeah, he and I'll just look and say,
Yeah, what say you? Are you a gentle giant?
Hey, you've been kind of quiet there, big guy.
sometimes I like to just keep my own counsel for a minute.
Hey, maybe you should stay quiet a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
you're just like grits your teeth a little bit, like you're like wincing.
Also, how tall are you?
One of my favorites, man. I love it. Yeah, how tall are you?
6'3".
Oh my
Six-
god.
six-
Yeah.
Dude, this man is a mountain walking amongst little people.
and
Hey,
have,
real quick, is scale mail or chain mail heavy?
Scale mail is.
It's medium.
medium.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it medium? Okay.
They both are.
Chainmail is medium for
I-
sure.
I'm checking.
I don't know about scale mail.
Yeah, chain, I think, is. I'm just going to look at it.
medium armor scale mail. Yeah, so chainmail definitely is.
Okay.
Also, you've been traveling with these people for a minute, so they would know your name if you wanted to share.
Is it?
Yes. Name's Anthony.
It is. Oh yes.
I know. I'm excited too. Every time I walk in the room, I just bring sunshine. But as for these people, I mean, I don't care if we kill them, but they're probably just doing their jobs. They probably just want what everybody else wants out of life, a little bit of peace and happiness, and to one day be constructed into a submarine and explore the depths of the sea.
Well, yeah, I get that, but if they get up and somehow manage to get out of those knots that we put on them, and they get out and alert the guards, we're fucked.
Well, what if we hit them somewhere?
Hmm.
Hide in shadows. Underneath tower, maybe.
Yes. And
Yeah, I like
if
that.
one
I
of them,
saw a really good spot at the bottom of this cliff over here.
we could just deposit them.
We should still, hog tie, bound and gag them. Maybe cover their eyes up.
I have a particular set of skills. I would like.
Me too.
I would like to take the clothing and any sort of documentation that one of them has written on, and then, in the worst case scenario, I can pretend to be one of them to get us out of some hot water.
What do you mean, pretend to be one of them?
I can forge documents in their signature. I can wear their clothes. I can assume their persona.
But wouldn't they notice, looking at the guards, looking at him, wouldn't there be, a significant size difference and facial structure?
Sure, for a small outfit, I would stick out like a sore thumb, but this place probably has dozens and dozens of workers.
True.
Their employee
the
number.
Nameless peons.
Yeah.
P.
Yes. Yes. Well, who's gonna tie him up if we're not gonna kill him?
I'm on it.
And I guess
Leave.
steal some of their clothes.
Oblique will point to Trin and Anthony, and point at the three. You each take. We'll all three take one.
She looks down like at her own frame, looks at the body. Does the body look like significantly like bigger than her? Like in terms of like muscle, like
Um,
size?
you're talking about the guards?
Yeah, like the guards, yeah.
Okay. The guards that you have seen and will encounter in a moment are a mix of mainly dwarf, human, and halfling.
Yeah, I think I can.
It's kind of almost perfect.
Don't worry about it. I'll take you. I'll have yours.
Anthony will
Appreciate
just,
it.
Okay.
scoop them both up and like hold them like under their butts like a dad holding two sleeping children.
So the decision then is you're going to try to incapacitate them.
Indeed.
Okay.
Oh, I was heading for the cliff.
Goodbye.
What Inferny chooses
Oh!
with his responsibilities is on him at this point. All Oblieb is focused on is undressing that halfling.
Okay. Well,
Give me this naked son of a bitch.
you raid the tower, and after some
My
brief,
God, I think the cliff's a better option.
after a scuffle that lasts about 20 minutes and involves a good amount of strategy to keep them from sounding an alarm, you managed to incapacitate all of them. There were 4 in total, so one more than Gwen was expecting. And
Oh shit.
you're able to handle them and remove any amount of clothing and bound and gag them after they have been rendered unconscious and stabilized. Where
I
you-
would like to search the 4 of them for any paperwork, any missives, anything with writing from the company.
Sure, roll me investigation.
And I just want to look for like supplies that could be left in the tower or whatever.
Very good.
I want to look for anything they have that's shiny.
Okay. So,
I'd like to assist with that.
sure. Then we'll say Zippet can roll with advantage on investigation, and Gwen can roll investigation, please. And as they're doing this, Anthony, you're watching your current companions search bodies, search this place, tie knots and get everything situated, and you catch, you turn just and just catch a flash on Gwen's hand, and the ring on her hand just kind of like glints in the firelight of this area and catches your eye, and suddenly, like in your mind, a flash of blue light, silver smoke, blue eyes, flashing teeth on a field of black, protection, family, and then your vision like unblurs, and you're kind of drooling. If you could drool, it has this slight oil.
Hydraulic
Yeah,
hydraulic fluid
yeah,
is
sure.
dripping from my.
Sure. It's just slightly.
It's really gross.
Slightly.
You want me to make noise?
Slightly dripping off of your jaw, and it feels like you short circuited for a second.
You doing okay over there, Anthony? Buddy?
Yep. Yep.
I got 19, by the way.
19. Okay.
Oh, I also got a 20.
20.
Matt, did you see where it rolled like 15 different things?
No, I didn't
Nope.
see anything over here.
Nope. You're not even on the game right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not in the game.
No.
No, we don't see it.
Yeah, no, you're not.
What? I sees it.
What?
But
What? Well, it ain't gonna
Oh,
roll.
maybe I need to
It's not gonna roll on there. I'm gonna have to roll it on D&D Beyond.
well, yeah. But I mean, your token, your name. There you are. Now you're in there.
Yeah, I needed to refresh mine. You showed up.
How the fuck do you
Well,
see
no,
it?
no, like you refreshed, and while you were refreshing, he just showed up on mine. Like it was just a timing
Oh,
thing.
wait. I can't see a campaign chat because I'm not in one with Gwen.
Okay, so dealing with the rolls. I believe you search them and find just a schedule change, like a schedule that's been posted not on the bodies but nearby on the wall. The only other piece of paperwork that you find is a a tick mark of when, like, certain areas were observed. Like there's a time stamp for when they signed off that they've investigated this area or looked at the compound or looked at this nearby town and so on. So just a log of when they've been up here. You don't find any other papers or anything. Gwen, in your search for supplies.
Can I actually ask
Mhm.
a follow-up on that?
Yeah.
On that paperwork, that ledger that they're keeping for when they complete runs and stuff,
Mhm.
are they filling that out in manuscript or is it just checking boxes?
It's checking boxes. Like there is, it's like a spreadsheet that has names of places, and then the vertical column titles are times, and they just checked off that they did it. But Gwen, in your search for supplies in this area, you find three different things. You find 100 feet of rope. You find a spell scroll, and you find a potion.
All right, I will take the rope to everybody else while they're tying everybody up. And I would
Your
like
rope
to.
or my rope?
I just found 100 feet of rope, so you guys can just go wild with it.
To our necks?
No, I don't even know if that'd work for you.
You can sure try.
I don't want to. I need your help.
No, I'm just messing with you.
But I would like to look at this spell scroll and this potion and try to see what they are.
Zip it, what were you checking for?
Shiny things.
Shiny things. The only thing that catches your eye as far as shiny is a piece of metal that glints under the bed when you look, and you go to grab it quickly, and it's just a mattock.
How shiny is it?
I mean, it's new. It has not been used. It's here, like as backup supplies, but a mattock in this location wouldn't be the same as a mattock in the quarry. As you get yourselves settled into this situation and you begin to think about your next steps, your journey has been very long up to this point. You've traveled very far in very desolate wilderness and encountered a couple difficult situations. You did not start this mission within a week of the location, and the recent hardship was very heavy on you. So as such, I'm going to go around the board. Anthony, you are down 8 health, and you have expended 2 first level spell slots and 1 second level spell slot.
Damn.
Trin, your health is down to 18, and on your left hand, your ring finger is broken.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Are you left-handed?
I've learned to use both.
Zip it, you're down to 25 health, and you have used 2 of your bardic inspirations.
Where did you get 25 health?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're down to 20 health from 25.
I was gonna be like, I'm down
I'm
to
sorry.
no, like, the exact same health.
No, you are subtract 5 health, and you have used 2 of your bardic inspirations. Oblique, you are down 10 health. You have lost your dagger. Your here's that word, pittance. They you have used those, so those are gone, and you have lost 15 arrows.
Say 2 bardic inspirations.
Yes,
Okay.
Titans are gone.
and Gwen.
Daggers are gone.
Yeah.
Gwen, you have inspiration.
And,
Yeah.
and you said I'd used 10 arrows?
You've used 15 arrows.
Oh, wow.
Before this battle, you also encountered wolves, remember? But Gwen, your crowbar is broken. You have used 1 of your torches. And you are also down 2 first level slots and a second level slot. So, with this hardship in mind, Gwen, you know that the brimstone is loaded underground in a mine on the north side of the quarry. Then it is
I
sent.
have
Go
one
ahead.
question real quick.
Yeah.
Could I argue that I have mage armor on me?
No.
What do you mean?
So if one of my first level spell slots is
Oh,
down,
oh,
could I
oh,
say,
oh, it's currently active.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sound argument.
all right, let me. Okay, AC 17.
Cool.
I'm good.
But you know that the brimstone is loaded in the mine underneath the quarry, on the north side of the quarry. It is then sent up on rail cars outside for inspection before it is locked up and sent off to destination. Each car is self-driving on rail powered by brimstone, and there is a junction just outside the quarry that inspects, locks up, and directs which rail they go on for delivery. There are two guards per car typically. You're not sure what the current state of that is. Those guards would ride the cars to destination inside. And when the car is locked down, it is covered by plates of steel and magical locks. There are two doors on either side of the car, and you would understand it's about the same size as a real life rail car, like a coal car.
Okay.
You know that you have to take your shot after the car emerges from underground, but before it is locked down at the junction. Now you have three options. From your information that you have, there are three ways you can go about this, looking at your map. You can take the path of the cliff, in which you have to descend off a cliff and landing nearby the entrance of the mine. It requires physical skill and some materials to get down without hurting yourselves or being noticed. The way down is ragged, rocky, and hard, and it will require a good bit of personal integrity to do this. The second option is the path of the rail. You can follow the trail of the rail back into camp from outside. It shouldn't be too populated, but you know that you do have to pass by the junction on the inside, but before you even get that far, there are beasts that are allegedly guarding the outside of the quarry. So you have to get by beasts that are tied up for guards that could also pose as an alarm system. You have to sneak by any guards that are in that area and then get to the car before it gets to the junction. The third option is the path of the guards. You could walk the same path the guards do atop the quarry. There is bound to be a trail going down to the rail line and be pretty easy to navigate, but this is the path that is guaranteed to have the most guards. So, what do you want to do, Captain?
Alright, so first off, relay this to everybody. Because there ain't no way in hell I was going to be able to say all that back to them. And a second thing, Gwen would kind of look at everybody and see that we're all kind of like roughed up right now. And be like, guys, before we do this, I mean, we have like, you know, a few hours. Do you guys want to take like a little bit of time to try to get a second wind real quick before we dive down into this?
No.
I mean, we might need it. I can at least, as a precaution, are we still leaving the guards in this tower?
Oh, I thought Anthony had like thrown some people off a cliff.
There is a touch of miscommunication there. Where do you guys want to deposit the guards after you have incapacitated them?
Because I know it was talking about like hiding them or something.
Yeah, we were gonna tie him up and hide him.
Okay.
If we leave them in the tower, I can alarm the tower. So if anybody like walks into it or they like leave it or something like that, we know that they're gone and we might be fucked. And Trin, your finger is broken. I don't know why you've not set it back in place yet, but
I've been working on it.
you know, everybody kind of looks to shit, and we can discuss what the hell we want to do because we got three options going into this place.
I know we had. I see your point, but we need to make sure that whatever we do, we're able to leave before shift change tomorrow morning.
And if we cannot if we're hurt already, Olive, then we might not even make it to shift change tomorrow.
It is a risk.
DM, how long our short rest? Is it like an hour?
It is at least an hour.
And what is the current time of day?
It is
It was
dark.
like- Yeah,
so
dark.
after the fight, you're looking at just to put hours on it. Let's
Yeah,
say
what time of year is it? Is there a way to put hours on it? It might give us a guess. If it's dark and winter, we'll know it's actually pretty early.
that it is actually. It is actually
weird.
it's edging on winter. The cold is starting to set in the evenings, so you know that it'll be bright pretty early, but it also gets dark early. Your best guess, you have about 7 to 6 hours before the shift change.
Where do we want to head down the cliff?
Yeah, that was also going to be my vote. High risk, high reward, folks.
It is the path of least resistance.
Your information, Gwen, tells you that this cliff is about 40 feet in the air from the bottom.
How many hit dice can we use per hour of short rest?
I think you can use you can use as many as you want.
Mm-hmm.
You just get back half on a long rest.
Trin will turn to Zippet, sign something, and act like she's kind of flapping her arms. Essentially, are you able to She's basically asking if Zippet can glide down there.
Zippet is muted, so we'll never know.
Never.
Everyone
Never.
betrays Zippet in the end.
Never. Zip it,
Also,
just
did Zip it dip from roll 20 for anybody else?
Yeah, he's gone.
Please. Are y'all here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Every time, I go to a different screen by roll 20, so you don't need this anymore.
Yep.
So we shall save that.
You were asked if you could fly down to the bottom of the cliff.
Are we at the cliff?
No. We're just discussing the cliff.
We're still at the,
Okay.
where the guards were. We just hit the guards, and Gwen has become aware that there's basically 3 routes into the camp. A train track, a cliff, and a third option.
That's just going into the mine, though, right? We'll have to go out through one of the ways that goes up a fucking shaft and then has to go and get inspected and stuff.
Well, none of this is going to involve you going into the mine. Your best bet of success in this is to get into the car after immediately or as soon as possible after it comes outside of the mine, get what you need and get out. Now, how you get out of the quarry is a different discussion, especially when you're loaded down with material.
Guys, I don't want to cause alarm, but I'm not that strong. I'm actually fairly physically weak.
When Tran asks Zippet about flying, Zippet's just gonna laugh, but make the. I'm trying to think of how. I was gonna try to do it, but it ain't happening. The damn crow, raven, caw, but laugh. And just say, no fly.
She'll kind of sign back. Huh. It was an option.
How much rope do we have left?
Enough to hang ourselves.
We had a lot. So we can all hang ourselves off this.
That's what I said.
Well, you've not lost any rope during your adventures here. You've gained 100
So
feet.
make. Zip
But
it
didn't we
turn
use
forward.
didn't we use rope to like fucking hog tie the people?
Yep. Yeah, but the
Oh yeah, there was that. I forgot about that. So we'll say for 4
Yeah.
people, they probably took uh,
We were probably
20 feet of rope per person.
I was gonna say,
So-
I did have 10 in my burglary bag.
So we've got a bunch of rope. We can try the cliffs. We just got to make sure somebody gets down to the bottom to like secure it.
Looks up at Anthony. You seem suited, or you seem sturdy.
Yeah. Could you repeat the question?
Oh, there wasn't one. And she'll kind of just like go back to the rope. Well, I was thinking maybe if you could, I don't know if you'd be more suited for climbing down the side.
Listen, if I can do it acrobatically, I'll be pretty good at it. Let's say if it's, a pretty athletic challenge, then I'm not going to do very good.
You don't
Wynn's
expect you
kinda
can
got a point, actually.
you don't expect you can backflip your way down this cliff. This is going to be an athletics check of actually it's going to be a skill challenge of trying to climb your way down.
I just realized that I'm pretty sure all of this, but Anthony, are dexterous as fuck.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Yeah,
I
yeah, it's pretty good. I also like how Anthony just always makes a dude smoking a cigarette or big cigar.
listen. You all should. Just so you all know, I love cigars a lot. I have like multiple humidors. Cigars are pretty great.
That's
A lot of trash.
Making his characters relatable.
That's him inserting himself there.
So
Yeah.
when we do an in-person D&D, he's going to supply cigars to everybody.
Yeah.
Sure.
Alright, there you go.
All right.
It's an absolute gent game.
Also, Anthony, what did you cast? Because it just has Abjuration 1.
Yeah, kind of an accident. I'm still trying to get my spells all sorted out, so, whoops.
All right, big guy. We all had to learn.
It was supposed to look like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, alright.
No, Anthony.
I do have pittance, if that would help.
That would probably help. So, cliffs, I guess we've decided. Do you guys want to try to take a breather? If not, you can just tell me to fuck off and I won't recover spell slots.
Well, let me ask you this: who among us do you think might have suffered the least amount of damage on the trip here? Because what I'm actually thinking is it might be a good idea for that person to set up the rope and stuff, while the rest of us spend that hour short resting.
I took no damage,
Oh, Gwen, that's not good.
but I'm missing multiple spell slots.
I took about 10 damage.
Yeah, that sucks.
I don't have.
You know what? You rest up. I got this.
No, big guy. You took a little bit of damage too, I can tell. I will go. I will brave this. but I'm gonna do it super quick and come back.
Mechanically, I don't have to sleep.
That is true, but we all need our little nappy naps from time to time.
You know, since
Real quick,
he's a
how much did I lose?
I
You
think you said
lost
you
8.
but
8.
also spell slots.
Yeah, you lost 2 first levels and a second level.
Are we short resting?
Most of us are.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked is the stuff I lost other than 5 HP. Like, my Bardic Inspiration doesn't come back until a long rest, so it would defeat the purpose for me to.
You didn't get hurt, did you?
I lost 5 HP.
Zip it. Are you offering to set up our rappel?
Yes.
Okay. So the rest of us will take a short rest, and Zip It will get us ready to descend the cliff.
I am
Short
going
rests
to...
get you spell slots back.
If you have a feature that does it.
Yeah.
Like, I have Arcane Recovery, so that's how I'm getting up to a second level spell slot. So I'm going to get my second level spell slot back. I could have been economically viable and got my 2 second level or first level spell slots back, but fuck that. I already have mage armor. I'm good.
Okay, so nice. Say to me again what the plan is. Who's doing what?
See if it's gonna set up the rope to climb down.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody else is resting.
Okay.
I'm also gonna, if we're still in the tower, I'm gonna like, and the guards are still in the tower, I'm gonna like alarm the entrance to where if like anybody besides us comes into that tower, then that alarm's gonna go off.
Okay. Very
I'm
good.
gonna do that
Can you
as a
describe
ritual.
the alarm? Is it loud? Is it something only you know about, or what?
I
is the-
will. Let me see.
Is it like a spider sense? As if it's gonna fix all the problems. I'm just gonna peck their eyes out.
It's a
Yeah.
tripwire, right?
Ain't going nowhere. We
Yeah,
can
'cause you
recall
can-
that movie again.
Yeah, with the alarm, I believe it can either be audible or it can be in our heads.
So it's not saying that I can let anybody else hear it, but I can hear it. But I will make it to where it's just mental, and I can hear it if it goes off.
Okay.
You see Gwen like pull out a little bit of string and just kind of like just go across the entrance of the door. I'm casting this as a ritual, so I don't spend a spell slot. So it
Okay.
takes like 10 minutes.
No problem.
Are you saying Zim Zim's all of him?
No, I'm just whistling.
So while everybody
you-
else is able to rest and think and mentally prep for what's about to happen, Zip It spends the time to travel 20 minutes up the road to the cliff and begins to set the ties on trees and rocks and whatever is a strong, suitable area that you can think. Are you tossing the ropes over the cliff now, or are you waiting to do that?
I mean, I'm gonna attach them, and then I guess situate them to where all we gotta do is just throw them over. Because
Okay.
I feel like dangling ropes are gonna be extremely noticeable.
Okay. Make me.
I also imagine as he's walking 20 minutes down the road, he's whistling that song from the stupid animal Robin Hood Disney movie that the crow whistles.
You mean the rooster?
Was he yeah, the rooster.
Mm-hmm. The whistling song, traveling song, whatever it is.
The whole fucking time.
Make me a perception check.
Perception. Perception.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is that at? There it is. What the fuck?
You're not roll 20 again, so you have to tell me what it is.
Oh yeah, I know. It just ain't fucking rolling. You know what? No. Am I not in roll 20?
No.
Okay,
No,
well,
you
good.
dip from that.
Make it a little easier. What the fuck is going on? Perception. A 7.
7. Okay. While you're walking along this path and setting these ropes, you look down into the quarry, keeping a very low profile, which is not difficult because of your collar and the time of day. But you only notice one guard, lazily walking up and down the rail. You don't see anybody else. Back
Is
in the
that where I'm going, or is that like below us? Or...
well, let me show you.
Oh, but he's not in roll 20, so we can't see.
Well, let me not show you. There's a guy walking along the rail in the quarry, like he just kind of like doing paces and stuff, walking up the trails. But he's staying in the bottom part of the quarry and just hanging out. He doesn't seem to be super interested in or involved in what he's doing.
You got Discord, Zip it?
What?
Do you still have access to Discord?
Do I have access to it?
Yeah, like if I
Stream it?
Can you get on Discord? Or see
yeah, if
pictures?
you look on Discord, and Anti-World Media, I sent a picture of what you're looking at.
This man brought to you by
I got it pulled up on roll 20. Y'all just can't see me, but I can see everything.
Oh, okay, no worries.
this map brought to you by
Okay.
Angela Maps. I did not pay for this, by the way. It's
Shut up.
just Google.
I'm arresting you.
I'm
Well-
actually with Wizards.
I also use proxies when I play Magic.
You're
You're
disgusting.
We're gonna kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder you.
Proxies are only as safe as who controls the endpoint.
Wrong proxy.
Or maybe
So-
it's the right proxy.
So back in the tower, you guys have rested and thought for at least an hour or so about your current situation. Trin, make me a medicine check.
Never.
Sure. 14.
14. You're able to successfully reset your finger. It hurts like a mother, but you did it correctly and didn't hurt yourself doing it.
Hey, I got
Amazing.
a question.
Mhm.
Now, I will go ahead and just specify that this is not a rule that is in D&D, but can I
Mhm.
switch out like one spell during the short rest?
We've not begun any sort of combat or anything like that. That's fine as long as this doesn't affect your mage armor or anything else you've already used.
No. No, I'm just gonna get rid of Thunderwave and get Featherfall.
Because you've had you've had this information for a long time and you've had time to prepare for what you need to do.
You guys would, I guess you've seen like a couple times, but the way that Gwen changes her spells is she has a music box and she like open it up and it's got like music notes and like sheets and stuff that you'd like feed into it and it'd play a song. She will like take it out and kind of mess with it a little bit and now it starts to play like a different tune. And now she knows to cast Featherfall instead.
So
And she kind of like whistles along to the tune for a second, and then it just clicks for her.
So you guys know that Zippet is waiting for you and should be secure. At least you believe that Zippet is. Zippet, did you state your what gender you are? I don't remember.
Male.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
A response to she, right? She, her.
Response to
Just anything. Just whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yes,
Oh,
this,
it's in it now. Okay.
so you expect that he's over
Straight
there.
danger.
You expect that he's over there prepared, or otherwise captured, or something else. You don't know, but he was intended to go over there, and you guys are rested and ready to go.
I can give him the sign. Just come on.
Do you want to do
You
that?
know? No,
Yeah.
hell no. I feel like that's giving it away.
Well, Gwen would get up, stretch herself. Trin, your finger looks a lot better.
Was able to fix some of it. It hurts.
I would
A lot.
say. Well, are you guys about ready?
I suppose. Better get busy living or get busy dying, am I right? And Oblique will wander over to the ropes.
That's what they say, YOLO.
Okay, so it takes some time to wander the trail. Who has the highest perception?
I've got 13.
I've
Well,
I've got 14.
Can it be 14?
My passive is 11.
12.
Okay. Trin, make me a perception check with advantage.
Oh,
Will do.
advantage.
Huh, a nat 1, so thank you for the advantage.
Hell yeah.
That's not much better. 7.
7.
I'd say a nat too.
As you guys are wandering the backwood up to the top of this cliff, climbing this hill, you notice on your way up that there is a trail that skirts by where you are at. That looks like a trail that's been traveled a lot. And you see going the opposite way of you, like as you pass it, it's like you're skirting one portion of a curve, and looking back the way you came on the opposite curve, you see one figure with a torch who's walking away from you.
Hey. She's gonna like nudge whoever's like closest to her. She's gonna like point over where she sees the torch, like moving in away from us.
Is that like going towards where we need to go?
No, it's going back where you came, but like curved and going into the quarry. This is a guard trail.
Okay.
But without any other interruptions or noticings, you eventually end up in another 10 minutes where Zippet is, and you see that he is tied on. Well, let me ask you, how many ropes did you tie, and how long are they each? Because you only have a certain amount of rope.
How far down is it?
40 feet.
How much rope did I have?
I would have given you the full 100 feet that I had. Or that I found, technically.
I had
Yeah.
50. I probably
Yeah.
would have given it to you.
Yeah, I'd have given you the 10 that I had.
Alright, so how much is that total?
That's 160.
Is that counting what we had to use to tie them up?
Oblib had some rope too. If not, I mean, I could use 20 feet of my rope. I don't give a shit. That'd
Yeah,
still
no,
be like
I'm fine to contribute. I've only got 10 feet though.
10 feet. So altogether, it's like 170. We could use 20 of it from no matter what, and that's 150 feet.
So you'll have 3 secure ropes dropping down into the quarry, if you so choose.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, because you got to think it's going to take 5 or 6 feet to tie it off properly.
Yeah. Well, I have Featherfall in case something bad happens. But I mean, if it's just 40 feet, I mean, we could take it
We should
a
be.
little different.
We should be fine.
It shouldn't be that bad. Just who's going down first?
Zip it's just gonna walk over to the rope.
And fuck it, I'll go over too.
I'll go behind Gwen.
I'll go behind. Next.
Okay. So
Before he starts down, I will pat him on the shoulder and say,
You can do it!
how loud do you say that?
Dude, I hate questions like that. This whole thing has me thinking like, oh, they've been watching us the whole time. They're just amused. They're just seeing how far we get.
Dustin's like, you pick one game where you don't have a character with a fucking 20 passive perception.
Yeah, the last game, all of us. See, he had to do a Fallon court where one of us could just see through walls. Jaws perception, 19.
Anthony, how loud do you say that?
loud enough for it to mechanically work, but we're still sneaky.
Okay.
You know that mechanically you don't even have to be loud.
Verbal component.
Can you whisper?
Oh,
Does your
shit,
voice
dude.
modulator let you whisper?
That's a rude question.
Okay.
What? That I asked if you could whisper? I don't feel. I'm a bird that can't fly. They took away. I ain't even talking right now. This is freaking.
I'm so
Zip
mad.
You're a
This is
flight.
if it's inner monologue, just like what I wish I could say.
You're a flight risk.
I can't
No, I mean,
fly, can't talk. Kenku's got the shit end of the stick.
Okay. Well, you guys did something bad.
Huh?
You guys did something bad to your god. Who knows?
Oh, the Kenku? Yeah.
Okay. So who is going down first?
I'll do it. Fuck it.
Lost.
Okay. Make me an athletics check, please.
While we're talking about this, I'm going to go down to the lobby and see if they got any coffee.
I am going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
That was an 8. 19 with
Plus
a negative
D4.
1, so 18.
Okay.
Plus D4.
Plus a D4.
D4. 3,
Wait.
so 21.
Wait, hold on. What did you get?
I got a 19, but I have a negative 1, so it's an 18. Plus I got
What was the D4?
a 3.
What
So
was it?
it's
Is it? What was the D4 for?
Guidance.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, nah. Well, we'll wait.
Okay. So
Technically, he could like spam it down there.
you're able to descend the first 10 feet, and you have a decent foothold. It's not too bad yet. It could get worse. It's not bad yet. Who's going next?
Yeah.
The whoever broke up terribly.
Channing.
That was me.
Okay.
Listen, I got in the elevator. I didn't think about it.
So you say you're going next?
You can do it too.
I can see your
Who's
things
going?
over here.
Well, I thought you said you were. Who's going second?
I'm going. Okay. Let's say I'm going first.
Okay, well, go ahead. Gwen beat you to it, but
Yep, I win.
Gwen
Let's go. What are we doing?
Gwen Highway
Fine.
Vaughn.
Athletics.
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 Yes.
Yep.
Not acrobatics.
Nope.
I tried to say the same thing.
You sure?
There's
Like
nowhere.
like a trapeze artist.
I believe his exact words were, "You should not expect to be able to backflip down this rope."
Like Robin.
What about Robin?
He was
Huh?
a trapeze artist.
Yeah.
The first
He
one
can
was.
backflip down ropes.
The Flying Graysons.
Yeah.
Well, if you, I imagine if you would like to persuade the DM not to do an athletics check, that you make it extremely flamboyant and acrobatic.
Yeah, if
in
you can,
your description.
if you can explain to me how you descend a rope on a cliff using acrobatics, I'll let you do it.
You just
So,
Cirque du Soleil it.
Your feet and your hands, and you keep like alternating between like, you bend backwards, you grabbing onto the rope, and then you grab it with your hands, and then you just keep doing that all the way down.
So it's more of like
Well-
more of like sliding down the rope rather than climbing hand over hand.
Yeah, somersaults on a rope.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
okay, let me say this: if you want to do it that way, that's fine. You can use acrobatics for that in the way that does. However, if you do that, it's going to make the zzz sound of you descending on the rope.
I'm good. I'm just gonna fucking do it. Athletics with a penalty.
I did athletics and got a 15.
Okay.
You got a D4 though.
Oh, I do?
Guidance is
Oh, no.
cantrip. You can just keep saying, doing it over and over.
I got. So, do I roll the d4 or does he roll the d4?
Well,
Either or.
we'll say that if Anthony continues to help you guys and whisper guidances and help on how you can get down and remind you that you have the strength to do this, then we'll allow the D4 once each for this this skill challenge.
Okay, I'll stop clicking then. 'Cause I gotta go potty.
Okay.
Okay, d4, let's see. Plus 3, it's an 18.
Now, I'll say this: you're making the skill challenge is for these checks, and you can use it at any point within the next what is it?
Minute.
Minute?
Wait,
yeah.
hold on, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a skill challenge. You're doing this check 4 times to see if you can get all the way down the cliff without falling, and you can use this
And use
D4.
inspiration once?
You can use this guidance at any point within the next minute.
Oh, well then I'll wait. I got a 15.
Okay.
Originally, so I'll wait.
15 is
And
exactly,
I'll
I've
use it.
waited. I
Fif-
had a 19.
well, 15 is exactly what you need. So
Okay.
you're able to scoot down the cliff. Trent,
I got a 14.
14. You start to descend, and your hand slips, and you catch yourself. You don't fall, but you do like misstep and have to grab it and bounce yourself off of the cliff a little bit, dropping it just a little tss of rocks down.
That damn broken finger.
And
She like grits her teeth like. Ugh.
and as you catch yourself and grit through the pain to make sure you don't fall, you just take 1 point of damage in hitting yourself against the wall and in the pain in your hands, but you don't fall.
The question
Mhm.
was that 14 you using the whatever?
No, I'm just gonna keep the 14.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
now you do make it down 10 feet, so you were successful in that at least. Be to take a little bit of damage and make a little bit of noise. Okay. Gwen. No, wait, no. Gwen. What was it called? Gwen. Gwen went. We're waiting on Oblib and Anthony.
And Perny.
So, Oblib, are you here? Are you still out? Okay, I think he's still out going to the restroom. As soon as either one of those are back, we will do them. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and not waste time. Let's have all 3 of you go ahead and make your second check.
I can hear all of you all.
Hey, I can hear you now.
Yeah, but
And I
I
can
don't
hear
think,
that-
okay.
I don't think he can hear me.
Oh, no, I can
We
hear.
were all talking the whole time you were talking. You couldn't hear a damn word we said.
No, I didn't hear anything. Discord must have like just grabbed
Yeah.
itself. Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. Okay, so are we looking for? You were looking for an athletics?
Yes, athletics,
Yeah,
please.
athletics.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Let me gear this up. I'm gonna probably have to. Let me see when you. I'm just checking something. I've not played this rogue before.
What are you?
I am a soul knife, sir.
Ooh, are you?
Yes, I am.
Are you?
I took the bait. I took the bait.
And it's good. It's really fucking good.
Prepare. Listen. Now, if we play these characters again, you got to multi-class 4 times.
Don't do that.
I
No.
will become the reincarnation of Vorik.
4 times. Technically,
Alright.
3 times. 1 was given.
All right, so let's see. I'm just gonna I'll do that fireman's thing that maybe people learn in high school when they have to climb the rope, and I'll strap the rope around one leg, and I'll just start hand over hand hoisting myself down.
Okay.
And that sucks. Out of curiosity, am I even close to winning that check?
No.
What was it?
4.
Okay,
Oh, he does it with the DC with.
if I got 6 more, would that pass?
No.
Okay.
So, with a 4, you.
Oh shit.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say.
I'm ready.
With a 4, you do the fireman climb, you wrap it around your leg, and you start to hand over fist down, but the rope catches around your foot, and you go faster than the rope does, and you end up flipping yourself, falling down 10 extra feet, and before the rope catches on your foot and catches you, and then immediately slams you against the rock. So you're 20 feet down, but you're going to take 1d6 of damage, which is 3.
Okay, so
Did
I'll take
any
that
of
3.
us-
Should I do a Constitution check to see if I yelp?
No, we'll say with the adrenaline in the situation, that's not a concern at this time.
Okay. Because usually, I've seen rock climbers, and not in the short ones, but I've seen like 50-foot whippets, and those climbers scream like they are dying.
Hey, Dustin, I'm heating up food, but like, if anybody falls,
Mhm.
like, Gwen would cast Featherfall on them.
Okay.
Like, if anybody gets like a fucking nat 1 or some shit.
Okay.
It means if anybody's gonna die, he's not
Or
gonna let
make
that
like
happen.
a whole bunch of noise, anything like that.
Okay. So that leaves Anthony to do his first check. Anthony, you here? I can hear you, maybe.
And Fernie.
It looks like you're muted.
And Fernie.
Yep, sorry.
No
Kids
problem.
Came in,
Uh,
saw that there was a microphone. Thought
Understandable.
That was fucking hilarious. So,
Okay. Make your
strength.
athletics. Yes.
Yeah. Ten.
10. Okay. Are you using your guidance? Or no?
14.
14. Okay. So similar to Trin, you make it down the first 10 feet. It doesn't hurt you because you're a Warforged, and that's not a super big concern for you. But it does scratch you, not in a painful way, but in a noisy way, and it's just a little tink 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 as you descend. You're able to keep yourself mostly off of the wall, but you do bang a little bit. And let's have Trin make me a perception check.
Sure. Okay,
You said something and then it trailed off. Oh, is it doing the thing again? I can't hear anybody talking. 19. Somebody talk so I can hear something.
Oh, can
Listening.
you hear me? Am I coming through?
Okay, okay.
We're all talking.
Okay, I hear you again. So
At the same
I don't know what's going on, but I hear you now. Okay.
Is it the thing we were talking about earlier?
On your on roll 20, are you? I see Garrison. Are you muted and paused it there as well? You might be capping your bandwidth if you're trying to stream to both.
I thought I was, but apparently I'm not. So I muted myself there. Okay. Good looking out. So 19. Trin, you look around and you see 2 guards that are about over here. They're walking the trail of the rail up this little hill. And,
okay.
and
Can I put my token there? Just a reference.
Sure.
So are we like right here?
No, you guys are over here, like above the.
Oh, over there. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are descending over here, and you hear guards or not, not here. You see guards over here. There's two with torches who are standing on the rail, walking, and they were talking, but then they stop and turn this direction, like they're looking down into the quarry.
Okay, so looking down like over here.
Yeah, they look like they're looking towards the entry of the mine, but like in that general path.
Would I? That's a bit far though. I can't do anything. She's gonna kind of like tap whoever's like above her
Mm-hmm.
and try to make like a shushing sound. At least the one below or the one above can both hear. I'm trying to be quiet, but and she's going to kind of whisper. There's a few guards. They may see us if we try to send more.
Okay, so all of you are at 10 feet, with the exception of Oblib and no, I think Oblib's at 20 feet down. Everybody else is at 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Everybody else needs a 10?
No, everybody else is at 10 feet down. You are at 20 feet down out of the 40 total feet.
Nice, okay.
So Trent says this quietly, and you guys are holding.
I mean,
Like,
I don't think
can-
I have a choice. I think I'm hanging upside down.
That's
They
right.
can already see us. Or they're like looking towards us.
They're just checking stuff out. You don't know that they see you yet.
Okay. Hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Am I in eyesight of Trent?
Yeah, you guys are all hanging on the cliff right there. You can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out a roguish hand signal with thieves' cant. The hand signal means enemies? Question mark.
She will do the same. She will do the same thing with one hand and acknowledge yes.
Okay.
Gwen's just gonna point a finger down at somebody and be like, "What's going on?" and cast message.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Message. Do we get to respond for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Trin saw them, so I'll let Trin respond.
Trin will think back. Two guards looking towards cave. We need be careful.
All right.
I will
Alright.
add, don't move.
Gwen's gonna stay still.
Okay. You guys stay still, and the guards keep looking for a little bit. They take a few steps down the rail, and kind of like give it the head turn. One even like kind of squats down and tries to look, but eventually the one stands back up and they mumble to each other. We're still looking at the cave, and then continue their conversation and start walking up the hill there. So you guys,
After like a minute or two,
Mhm.
Gwen would just point a finger back down. We good yet?
They seem to be going away. I think it's safe.
okay,
And I will continue the descent.
everybody, roll me athletics.
No. Actually, no.
No.
18.
Okay.
16.
19.
Uh,
19. Sorry, 19.
That one.
Goodbye.
Okay. Gwen, what was
Trent
yours?
falls. I'm casting. If they
8.
fall down, I'm gonna cast Feather Fall.
So,
I got an 8.
okay, 8, 1, 19. What was Gwen's and Ablib's?
Minus 16.
16, Oblib. Antonio.
Just get a
Lost
1
my
so I can
character
cast this
sheet.
on 2 people.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm waiting on my character sheet to load. Here
Okay.
we go. Okay, athletics. Coming in.
Okay.
My god.
Just
So
fall off.
Wow, we sucked at this.
so Gwen and Anthony, you guys successfully climbed down further. You guys are now at 20 feet each. Zip it. You kind of tumble down a little bit. You lose grip on the rope and slide down to another. You slide down your 10 feet mark, but you hurt yourself for 5 on the way down. And Oblib and Trin, both of you trying to climb down slowly and keeping an eye on those guards. Your focus is divided, and you lose grip and just start to free fall. Oblib, you try to reach up and grab the rope to untie, to right yourself up, but all you end up doing is untying your foot, like unlooping your foot from the rope, and you start to free fall upside down.
Oh my god. Do we have two
you-
falling?
Yeah, I mean, Trin will definitely like curse, like as this happens.
Or
Okay.
look down and cast Featherfall.
Okay. How many targets can you do with that?
Up to 5 fallen creatures.
Up to 5. Okay. So you feather fall Trin and Oblib, and they fall at a comfortable speed while Trin is cursing down to the ground with a soft thud, and you guys land unharmed.
Wait. Did you say you could do that to 5 creatures?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that and just jump off.
Yeah, I was like, why the fuck didn't we do this from
What
the
if we
get-go?
170 foot of rope wasted? All right, boys.
Nobody asked me.
Yeah, we ought to have asked.
Okay. So you're all just feather falling now?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
As if it's gonna flap his wings like he's flying.
So that was reactionary to save Trin and Oblib. So with them taken care of, do you have to cast Featherfall a second time?
No, because it just chews up to 5 fallen creatures. I would jump off whenever I did it, so I would be falling.
Okay, so it's like a reactionary thing of well, I got 3 more. So
Yeah,
okay.
fuck it. What about it?
Okay, so you cast Featherfall on everybody, and Anthony and Zippet, you see Gwen jump and fall after Oblib and Trin, and all of them kind of float down easily.
Zippet probably would have already jumped for Trin.
Okay, so everybody then, you are now safe at the bottom, having taken some damage and caused some sound maybe unnecessarily. Place your tokens on the map near the mouth of the cave. And as you're doing this, as you land right yourself, I'll say Gwen, you are in charge of this operation. You are the most on edge. You're trying to get your bearings as fast as you can and figure out where to go, what to do, and how to command your crew. You immediately hear rumbling from within the cave. There should be a car approaching soon. What's your move?
And the cars usually have like 2 guards on them, right?
The cars are guarded by 2 people. You don't know when those 2 people will be manning the car. You don't know if they're coming up from the mine with it, or if they're going to board the car at the distro before the car is locked down.
Well, we shouldn't go in the cave. I figure we should probably hide around here and see who comes out with the car and kind of ambush them after they come out.
How many are per card?
Usually about 2. Now, I don't know if they come exactly with the cart or if, like, they'll come afterwards or they'll come beforehand.
Did Zippet just like glide over on the other side of the?
Sure did. Wait,
I had to figure out how to get my damn.
so you're in here. You can see everything. You control your token, but you're not on the roster for me. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
he's not here either.
Good game, roll 20.
I'm just extremely stealth. I'm so stealth. Roll 20, don't even know it.
Okay. The rumbling,
Should have acted with Vorik.
the rumbling's getting
Okay, so we're hiding.
the rumbling's getting louder.
I guess, guys, like that seems like the best course of action. We at least get ourselves out of view from like the cave, and if anybody tries to come down from above, we can at least have like kind of a vantage point. We can spread ourselves out.
Uh,
I
po-
can.
point of note: the rail cars that are on the track right now don't exist in this game.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. But what about these tents?
Yeah, tents are fine. Everything else is fine.
Table. Okay. I think Oblieve's small enough. He might be able to hide under this table.
Is this a cart right here?
Yes, that cart is there. It's off to the side.
Is it like standing up? Is it on its side or anything?
No, it's righted up.
All right. Gwen's gonna go like over here then. By these tents, try to get like I don't know, maybe like back here.
Okay.
So you said this. You said this here is, this one is righted up.
Yes, it is right side up.
Trin will. She'll look to zip it. Like do some hand signs pointing to this cart. Basically that she's gonna try to hide inside this cart over here, and then she's gonna make her way and try to like jump inside of it, and then like lay flat as much as she can. Would I be able to do that?
Yeah, you can do that. I'd say it's possible.
Okay, and then she's gonna like try to keep low as possible.
Okay. Now the walls of that car are about 5 feet tall, 6 feet tall.
Oh well then. Is there a way to get into the cart? Is it easy to get into the cart?
Oh yeah. There's bits and pieces holding it together, some welds and tacks, and even a ladder that goes up to. You can climb it up. It's not hard.
Okay, well then yeah, I'll just do that.
I can pick you up and put you in the cart.
Point of note: you didn't investigate, but I'll give you this one. As you sat and pondered your orb in the guard tower and recovered some health and thought about your life, I will say that, Gwen, you did investigate the spell scroll and potion that you found. It's a spell scroll of silence and a potion of healing.
Yeah, I did. I did say I want to know what these are, but somebody else was doing some at the point in time.
Okay, I didn't hear you then. So there you go. That's what those are.
Spell scroll of silence and a potion of.
Yes. Okay, so we have Zippet and Anthony. What are you guys doing to prepare for the car that's about to come out of this cave?
Silence is a second level spell, right?
I frankly don't
Yes,
know.
I believe
but,
so. I think so. Yes.
Now, regardless, in my world, if you have the spell scroll, you can cast the spell, regardless of class or spell level or anything.
Okay, yeah, it is a.
Yes, it is. Second
I
level.
can cast it as ritual.
So if we get the scroll of Finger of Death,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just give it to somebody. You do this.
Just give it to an NPC.
just like the next NPC we meet, I don't care who it is, we're using the scroll in them.
Okay, Anthony, where are you going?
So everybody's hiding at this point.
That seems to be the plan. The 3 out of the 5 are hiding.
Okay, then I will sort of tuck into this corner and just sort of just drape my hood over me and just sort of look like equipment.
Okay. That's not difficult. But where you're out in the open a little bit. I'm not going to make anyone roll stealth check for this right now, but that's very convincing. Okay, Zippet, what are you doing?
Oh. Oh, goodness. Did I notice everybody hiding?
You sure do.
Just start running.
Trin would have indicated that she was at least coming over to this card. She kind of did some hand signals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to. I gotta switch back and forth between
can, and I'll select view to move this stuff.
Or we could have Anthony stand by the tunnel door and just like wind up in a baseball stance with his mace, and just
Oh God.
What is this? You're not going to be able to see that
With the one thing right in front of you.
now.
That thing.
Yeah, yeah. What is that?
That's a tent. Make a perception check.
There's a
God.
girl sleeping in it.
Oh, is there?
No, well, maybe.
Maybe. Perception.
nah, baby, she's not sleeping at all. She knows what she's all about.
She just sees the king walk in. Oh, well, hi, baby.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Javine, I will get you to do the forbidden voice eventually.
No,
I think it was
you won't.
12.
12. You hear something inside. Something that sounds like people.
Could just be Soylent Green.
Are they like talking or like?
You're not sure. You hear people noises. You can't tell if it's talking or snoring or whispering. You don't know.
Can I like peek around?
If you want to.
I assume there's like a front opening, right?
There is. You have about, we'll say, 10 seconds for this car to purchase by the sound of it. But if you want to use a couple of those seconds to look inside, you can do that.
I want to stealth and look.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for me.
22.
Okay. You peel back the curtain there, the door flap, and look inside, and you see that there are two guards inside that are playing cards on a very small table, and one of them slaps his cards down and starts to laugh, but then you see them begin to stand up.
How many guards?
2.
Oh. I guess I'm gonna quickly move like around behind it if I can.
Okay. And no sooner than you get back behind the tent there, then does the rumble come and the cart emerges from the cave there. I'm trying to draw a rectangle. Okay. See if it'll let me do this. Okay. Yep, it's going to be like that. Okay, there's the car. And it emerges and begins to glide on the track. It only takes about like 2 seconds for it to get from there to over here. That's about the speed at which it's moving. So what are you guys doing? You see both doors are
2
open.
seconds. Holy.
So
Trent is gonna stay hidden until she hears anything else going on.
we'll say that Gwen and Alba, where you're standing right there, and well, no, it'd be all of you. So all of you except for Trin would see both doors are open on this this car. Like it's almost like a cargo car where it has two sliding doors on both sides, but inside it just is glowing a bright tealish blue color with mostly refined or pure-ish brimstone. It looks like the car is about almost full on both sides of the door, so it's like 2/3 full of brimstone. There is one giant shard that has been propped straight up. It's some of these pieces are large and have been propped up inside, secured with lumber, like boxes that have been skeletonized, built around the larger ones. There are some crates that are full of brimstone in smaller pieces that are just glowing up out of some boxes and crates. And some have just been laid on the floor, bowling ball size, that are just here and there. And this cart is full of brimstone.
And the guards with it?
You don't see
Or is
any
it
guards.
automated?
You'll see any guards inside.
Gwen would point to where she saw Trin go into like this little cart over here, and say, the cart's here. The guards haven't came out yet, though.
You will hear back. Are we going to ambush it?
Yeah. And then Lynn will try to point over towards Obwood and say the same thing to him.
Say no more.
And slowly,
I'm going to bonus action dash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rush to the front of the car, front of the vehicle. Say
Okay.
about there.
Okay.
And I'm going to climb on.
Okay. This train is not stopping. It's not stopping for the two guards in that tent. It is not stopping for you or anybody else. You run over and climb on. You are now on the cart and it is moving.
I have a quick out of character question.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, do you have psychic whispers yet?
I do. I have it. But I can only give it to 2 people.
Other than yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is anybody else running up to the car?
Can I see, like,
Okay.
if I how big is the bottom of the cart here? Is the walls about the same, and can I get up the walls?
Sorry, say again?
So from like I'm inside the cart, where the bottom of the cart is, am I able to climb like the inside of these walls?
Oh, yeah.
like the top.
It's a little bit more difficult, but not impossible.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
I'll kind of like very as quietly as possible try to climb up the wall, move to the side here, and I'm going to saying that we're trying to ambush this thing. I do have some ball bearings. I'm going to try to roll them onto the track to see if like it can jam the wheels
Okay.
while he try to stop him from moving.
Okay. As you stand on there, you throw ball bearings out, and the way the track is made, the track is like an I-beam, where it's a vertical capital I, so the top is just a flat surface, and you throw them at the wheels, trying to get them wedged in there, and they just bounce off. You think you might see one that managed to do what you intended, but it just kind of bounces over it. It rocks the car pretty good, and that causes things inside to shift, but it doesn't derail the car, it doesn't stop it. It is moving.
Yeah. Okay.
Once Gwen sees that it's starting to move, she'd start to like head out this way a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should go ahead and waste this or not. Did I hear the people inside the tent?
You did not.
Okay. Well then fuck it, she don't know. She's just gonna keep going for the cards.
Okay. So we'll say you're dashing over there, and
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a finger backwards at like Amford and be like, "Cart's leaving, let's go." Fuck it, change of plans.
okay, so you're dashing up there. We'll say that you and Oblib are both on the car, both hanging onto him on the front. You're on the back corner of it, and this cart is moving uphill. I think my arrows to work here. Yeah, it is. It's progressing on. What are the other 3 of you doing?
Trin would be following as close behind as possible,
Okay, Anthony,
kind of like running after it.
gotcha.
I would sort of be trying to get a gauge of like if there were any sort of response whatsoever from the camp. Like if the thing just rolled through and then
So you're keeping an ear specifically on this tent to see what happens.
yeah, like if that was like normal for them, or if they're
Okay. Make me a perception check.
All right.
Oh, BRB.
7.
7. Okay. Zip it. Also make me a perception check. Since you're right there as well.
What's going on?
Sorry about that. My wife called me away for a second. What's going on?
What do you want to Zip it to make a perception check?
Okay, waiting on Zip It for a perception check. Is there anything Oblieb needed to do in his absence?
No, you're hanging on to the car right now. You're hanging
Okay,
on to the car.
outside.
Yeah, Gwen is also on the car, and Trent is running after.
Okay.
Zip it, I just want to make sure you heard me and that I can hear you if you're talking.
What?
Did you hear me ask you for a perception check?
I did not, sir.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, perception check, please. Were you right behind the tent there?
Perception check.
Dr.
16.
16. You hear the guards. One of the guards say, "All right, let's go check it out." And then they begin to walk.
Can I look over to Anthony and just kind of do the, like point at my eyes and point to the front of the tent?
Sure.
Okay. You said
I make
saw
the
two,
same
right?
face that's in my picture right now,
Mm-hmm.
and then give him a thumbs up.
Okay.
Okay, so if he did that, I want to go around to this side.
Okay. As you get around to that
That way for
side,
them to walk out.
as you get around to that side, you see one hand come through and start to move the door out of the way. Then
I want to wait and see if Anthony reacts before I react.
okay.
Hold it out.
Then
What action are you gonna hold?
Heal.
What?
Heal.
Kill. Hold a swift kick to the nuts.
okay.
You are a distance from the cave, though. It looks like.
Are they coming out the cave or coming out the
the
tent?
tent.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Trees are
Are
moved
we
around.
still
to the
not
front of the
wanting
door.
to kill guards, or are we past that?
I don't think we're actually past that yet. I think
Well, I
the
mean-
motive is to get rich and get out.
The rope's hanging on the mountain over.
Yes. The guard sticks his head out, like kind of ducks, and then raises up to look. And he looks at the cart, and you see Zip It where you're right there. You see his face go from a half-hearted smile, like he's just doing whatever to check the box. He looks outside and sees two people hanging off the cart, one person running after it, and his face drops into shock. And you see him start to grab for something on his hip.
Rapier.
So you want to attack him?
Yep.
Okay. Roll
Cut his
for
hand off.
attack.
Dirty 20.
20. That hits. Roll damage, please.
Fucking stupid motherfucking D8. 5.
5 damage. Okay. He grins as you like slice down on him. It hits his arm and like cuts him badly on the arm and some on the hip. And he grins, and he like falls backwards into the tent. And you hear him groaning inside the tent, and somebody else is talking rapidly. What do you got? What's Anthony doing now?
I'm gonna use. That's still my bonus action.
You do?
So, is the other one out yet?
No, both of them are in the tent. One of them is injured.
Well, he's going to yell.
Hmm.
Like this is what's going to happen. So, I want to have my dagger in my other hand and try to stab him.
Okay, so you want to go in the tent and try and stab him with a bonus action?
Is he running back in the tent?
He
Or, like-
he like fell back in the tent. He like fell inside the door.
Oh,
Is there only an entrance in the front, or is there like
Yeah, from what you saw, it's just the one in and out.
there's not a flap I can come tearing through?
No, not back there. No.
just tear through the side of it if it's just a tent.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking more like, here's Anthony.
Actually,
Uh,
what would happen? Like, how solidly are these tents
It's just a
built?
it's just an oiled canvas tent.
Okay,
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna bum rush this tent
Okay.
and just try to take it down with everyone inside.
Okay. Well, make a let's see. Yeah, we'll make an athletics check to just tackle the tent to see if it breaks as you do this. Not a high DC. Called a 12.
Before I do, I pat myself on the shoulder.
You can do it.
16.
16. You tackle the tent, and the tent collapses under you. There's one stick horizontally, and then another one at the very apex of the tent, and you just fall on them. They both crack and snap. The tent falls in, and you like fall on top of the people that are in there with the tent, and they start to grumble and start to yell. And they're struggling to get you and the tent off of them and get their bearings. They don't know what's going on right now. What are the other three of you doing? And I guess I'll have to touch base with Zip it in a second, but I want to know what you three are doing first.
If I hear all this, Gwen's gonna try to get up on the cart and look over, and she's gonna cast silence on the tent.
Okay, so you're using the spell scroll.
Yep.
Okay, so you get up on the car, get your footing, pull out the scroll, unroll it, and then you look at the arcane signals and directions, and you cast the spell at the tent. As you do, the scroll dissolves. The arcane energy going from the scroll into your hand where you cast the spell at the tent. And that spell is, what's the radius on that?
Check. I know it's a
20-foot
20-foot
radius. Yeah. Okay.
It's a 20-foot radius, but what's the range?
Range
like
120 feet. Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
So you go from hearing the to just total silence other than the car. It's just the rail car in the dead of night. And this car is moving. It is not paying attention to anyone. It is on its trail. It is heading up the hill. And you guys are on for the ride. What is Abla and Trin doing?
Bryn, seeing this, is going to try to catch up. Before it got, so essentially, like
Yeah.
when it made this bend, she was going to try.
To shoot the gap and get on it?
Not quite. I guess first off, would I be able to, like, as it was like to here, would I have been able to make that distance, like, kind of run
Yeah.
alongside it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're able to keep up with it.
Okay. Now the wheels, because I know they're described as being on the I-beam. Is there an axle? Like, would I be able to know or see of an axle that's on this thing? Because seeing that the ball bearing at least had some effect, what she's going to do is very quickly as she's running, grab into her backpack, reach for a crowbar, and then, like, kind of gritting her teeth, she's going to kind of leap forward and try to jam the crowbar into one of the gaps to try to warp the axle on this cart.
Okay. So you use the crowbar to try and damage or bend the axle, right?
Like, as it's moving, and, like, as soon as it, like, gets lodged in, she's going to, like, go and kind of fall back.
Okay. So, okay, you take your crowbar and you see where it's rotating the best, at least to your advantage. It's hard to see because it's moving. You're moving. There's a lot of stress going on right now with you. There's fighting going on behind you that was immediately silenced. You're running up to the cart, took out your crowbar, and tried to jam it in where you see the most movement. And then you immediately, as soon as you feel it catch at all, you let go and then get back and kind of cover your face with your hand a little bit. And you hear it go, and then it like rattles it for a second, and it acts for a second like a trading card in a baseball spoke, just and then eventually it just spits it out. And it's the crowbar is bent and twisted, but the cart seems to be unfazed. This brimstone is powerful, moving this cart.
Okay.
Heart has no feelings.
Okay. Real quick.
Oblee.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, Oblee is gonna climb up and hoist himself into the cart. Does that expend an action or just movement?
Let's just move it.
Okay. So now that I'm in the cart, I'm thinking quickly. I'm looking at this giant shard. Does it look like if I brace my back against the sides of the cart, I can leverage and kick this giant shard out of the cart?
It's I don't know. If you want to try, you can.
Looking at it, does it look bigger than me? 3 feet.
Yes, it's bigger than you. It's like 4.5 feet tall.
Okay. Is there any smaller shards?
Yeah. There's a ton of different size shards in this card. That's just the biggest one.
As many as I can gather up into my arms, I'm going to get brimstone and start chucking it out of the cart. Like this is a sinking ship, and I have a bucket, and I'm scooping the water out.
Okay, so you're just dumping as much of the stone out of the car as you can.
Yeah, all over the floor. We'll grab what we can.
Okay.
If Trin sees this, she's going to try to start picking up
Okay.
the crystals.
So, okay.
Now, forgive me,
Mhm.
but wasn't the plan to use the cart to get it like almost all the way out of here?
That's up to you.
No.
You never discussed how you're getting
was-
out of here.
That was never discussed. I think we sort of anticipated trying to go back up the rope somehow.
That's a lot of fucking brimstone, guys. Don't just throw it out.
So,
Oh, now send a message to the other guys. Tell them to follow us.
Abweb is just digging like a dog, and just blue glowing rock just starts to fly out of this cart. These crystals just fall down. Some of them, like the bigger ones, fall down onto the rocks as this car is moving up the hill and just crack and break apart. But yeah, there's still brimstone. Trin is running behind, gathering up bits and pieces and shoving it into her cloak and pockets and stuff. What is Zippet doing back at the tent now that Anthony has collapsed it with people underneath of it? I saw your thing, Zippet. I didn't hear your voice.
You better not be snoring.
What if I am?
He said, "What if I am, bitch?"
Gonna do about it.
Maybe I'm mimicking snoring. This last part, real quick.
So, what are you doing back at the tent now that Anthony is collapsed it with people underneath of him?
Just collapsed on the tent.
Yeah, he just dogpiled on the tent. The tent fell down, and he is like not grappled with these people, but he's prone on top of the tent, on top of two prone people.
And he's a 300-pound warforged.
Correct.
Am I able to kind of see maybe like their outline or something?
Yeah. You can see them struggling, and you see the lumps that are tossing like a cat in a bag.
I'm gonna try to stab that cat in the bag.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Is this a different turn?
No, we're not doing turns now. We're going bit at a time.
Oh, okay.
We're not in combat yet.
Yeah.
They have to get out from my clever trap first.
This is live action.
That was a 9.
9. Okay, that's gonna miss. You stab it. You don't feel purchase on the knife. It just goes down to the ground.
That was good too, so. Nah, now we'll do the dagger. That was a 21.
21. Okay, 21 was going to hit. So roll damage on that one.
Six.
6. You You put this is your knife or this is the rapier?
That was the dagger.
The dagger. Okay. So you
The rapier was the one that missed.
Gotcha. Okay, I was backwards. So you plunge the dagger down this time, knowing where your limitations are, and stab it, and you feel the crunch and feel the dagger fall down farther as the guy inside falls down, and you hear breath leave the area right below your knife, and he stops moving. The other one is still struggling and screaming, but only you guys can hear it within this area of silence. Actually, no, they can't. It affects everything. Everything's just muted.
Yeah, it's just quiet.
Yeah. Okay. So you feel the breath leave, but you don't hear anything. And the other one is still struggling.
Oh, so there are only 2 in the tent?
Yes.
Huh.
Okay. So now we'll go back up to the cart area. The cart is still moving. If I can.
Just let me. I need to check
Wait.
something.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
We'll say right there is where it is now. I'll see you guys are able to keep up right there.
So I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Let me hear the back of that a little bit. So, they can't hear anything like verbally inside of Silent Tribe. If I cast a message into it, could they hear that?
For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through the 20-foot sphere. 20-foot radius
The
sphere.
message is mental.
So, yeah, it's mental. It's not sound. So you could do message. But they can't hear you if you talk to them.
Never mind. In the message itself, it says magical silence, 1 foot of stone, blah, 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 blah. Blocks the spell.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm just in it for the fucking. I'm in Howl's Moving Castle at this point,
Are we back to the cart?
Yes.
Okay. Oblieb is going to listen to the boss and stop shoveling things out of the cart and instead investigate for a power source on this damn thing.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
And I'm actually gonna...
Let's try this.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, that is my psi-bolstered knack. It uses a psionic power die.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. It's actually the first time I've used it, so this rests, so it's free.
Okay. So it's free, but
And-
what does it do?
Okay, I will share this.
Oh,
If you take
okay.
a look at... If you take a look at... Just look at the part that says psi-bolstered knack. It's about halfway down.
Gotcha. When
It
you're...
describes that.
If you fail an ability check using a skill or tool with which you have proficiency, you can use one... So do you have proficiency with investigation?
I do not. Dang it! I thought I did. Okay. Well, even if it had rolled, it only expends the die if it succeeds the check.
Gotcha. Yep. And that did not succeed. So you look around. You know from what your captain said that this has been being powered by brimstone, but this whole thing is full of brimstone. Half of it's secured down. You don't know what's what in here right now.
Okay. That's my action.
Okay. I'll ask Gwen what
Oh,
you're.
I tell you what.
Uh huh.
Give me 1 second here. Yeah, I don't think this costs an action. I think I'm gonna clue up psychic whispers for
Uh-huh.
myself, Gwen, and Trin.
Okay.
Everybody else is too far.
Okay. So you cues this up. You lean your head out the car and cast your whispers on them. Both of you can now hear and communicate psionically with Oblib.
I'm just gonna say, Hey, I probably should have told you earlier. I can do this, but we can talk now.
No,
Okay. And now he's
you're
dead.
Who'd you do it with?
Trin and Gwen.
Okay.
It has a range of 60 feet, I believe.
Yeah, we're like 70 feet away.
Wait, hold on, what?
It has
like-
a range of like 60 feet, but like the radius is like a mile once you get it on.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It's 60 feet to cast it. Oh, yeah. I was like, ain't no way.
Okay, so you do that. Gwen, what are you doing first?
Kicking him in the dick.
Guys, I don't really have a way for us to stop this thing. And this is kind of the reason why we joined aboard this endeavor. You know, I might have some plans once this stops. I tried to cast a message over to him, and that silence prevents me from doing it, so I can't really tell them that this thing's not stopping.
Okay. While you say that, Trim, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm not too far behind them.
No.
As I'm like running along the track or on the I-beam itself. Is there? So we're going along the cliff. Are there any loose rocks like along?
Not,
cliff?
not really. It's a pretty smooth, carved out face. This quarry has been
Okay.
dug and everything's been excavated.
Okay.
Are our ropes
About
hanging
this.
down that?
What is this? Is this a tree?
That's tree. That's a plant.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I can't do that, but while she's running along the I-beam, is there power on the I-beam itself? Like, is there like kind of like electrical vibration, or is it pretty like still?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, and by the way, Dustin,
Mhm.
Grand Marnier, very nice.
Yeah, good.
8.
8. You're stressed. You can't focus too much on it. It doesn't look anything special to you. From what you can tell, it is probably the card that's power, but you don't know how. You're not even sure about the rails either.
She's looking like where the card's going. She's looking at where Zibbit and Anthony is. You're gonna see her slow down. She's gonna apply. I'm sorry. I need to get back with them.
No worries, we can keep talking. We can be a good distance away.
Okay. And she's gonna start making her way towards where the tent is.
Okay.
Hey, just follow the tracks. That's where we'll be.
So you make it to about there in this time. So Zippet and Anthony, what are you doing with this guy here? He's starting to push up, and he's stood up, but he like out from under Anthony. He's just wiggled to the side and used the tent as leverage to help push himself out of the way, and he's kind of standing up, but he's still batting around inside this tent. He's not out of it. So he's like back over here now. This other guy.
Hold on just a second. Let me see this real quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna play whack-a-mole.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hit him with the mace.
Okay, roll me an attack roll with advantage because he can't move very much. And honestly, I should have given Zip an advantage as well, but you did your job, so.
Oh, there was an 18 and a nat 1.
Okay, 18's on a hit. Damage, please.
Three.
3. Okay. Zip it. What are you doing?
Is there still one moving around?
Yeah, he stood up off to the side as best he can, but he's still stuck in the tent. To which Anthony responded by taking his hammer out and kind of like whirlwinding it back behind him, up, and then hitting him over the head with the mace. I said hammer, I meant mace.
Oh, like is he still covered like by the tent, or is he?
Yeah, he's still covered by the tent. All the part of the
Was
tent.
Was it enough to knock the mole down?
It wasn't enough to knock the mole down, no. But you did leave a red mark on the canvas.
I guess I'm gonna check him.
Okay, go for it.
Sure not. 22.
That's a hit. Please damage.
That's more like it. 10.
10. Okay.
On a 7 on a D8.
And this is with your rapier.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me how you kill this guy.
Ooh, is he still standing up?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume while that hit didn't knock him down, that hit may have like kind of stunned him a little bit from Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Think like the Mortal Kombat fatality.
Yeah.
Finish it.
And then I just want to, if he's like facing, because me and Anthony on opposite sides, if he's like facing towards Anthony, I just want to like, because you're not going to see anything, because I'm just going to aim for the body. But like Anthony's side, you're just going to see it like come out like right the center of his chest.
Okay.
Just like a quick, just.
Okay. It takes a second. The canvas starts to, like the red on the canvas starts to spread as the blood leaves him, and he then collapses after a second or two. And the tent is no longer moving. In this time, back up at the car has picked up speed. As it goes uphill, it is jetting up this hill. And it has made it, in this time, all the way up to here. Nesbitt, you also have seen one particular stone in this car glow massively. It's hard to pick out, but you know it's on the back side of the car, and you know that there is one stone in here that is glowing much more than the others right now.
Okay. I'm going to. Is it affixed? Is it fixed? Is it like strapped down or anything?
Oh, first, make me an investigation with advantage to try and find the stone. Because you have to kind of crawl back to where it is.
Hey.
21. Okay, critical. So you immediately pick out the stone. You have to kind of squint your eyes to bleed out the dim light, and then you can pinpoint where the brightest one is. So you just scramble over to it and put your hand on it, and you kind of get your feet on the ground then. And it is a stone about half the size of you. It is fixed to the back of the structure with a metal band around it. It is anchored to that band like with bolts of some kind that have fixed itself there, and it is that whole structure is then affixed to the backside of the car.
Okay. I'm going to in the group chat. I'm gonna tell Gwen. You care to help me pry this thing off its base? I think it's powering the cart. I'm gonna brace my back against the back of the cart and use my legs for the most power and try to push it off of its base.
Okay.
Off of where it's fixed.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Could I like? Because in my head, maybe we can get these carts off this track and we could just push the cart and just have all this broomstone. Is there like any way we could do that, or would it fucking take like a whole lot of work? Is there something?
It would probably take a whole lot of work. However, there is in the distribution center, which is coming up just around the corner, like just off map here. It is going that's where it is put on one of several tracks where the tracks separate.
All right, now hear me out, Optimate. What if we wait just a second and try to figure out where the hell this cart's going, and we get all this fucking broomstone and not just tiny pieces?
I'm with you. Or we could remove this power source, go back down the hill, get the stuff I threw out, and then put the power source back on when we can all be in the cart.
Could I try to figure out if there's like just an off switch around here anywhere?
Okay, are you in with him right now talking?
Oh my god. Imagine if he does a perception check and there is an off switch.
Wrap this up.
Here's the thing.
Nat 20 emergency brake.
If you can do a perception check, or you can do an investigation check where I will give you a +2.
What if I did Arcana?
Arcana would tell you how it would help. Is you trying to figure out how this works?
Yeah, that's alright. I already have a +6 to investigation, so +8.
Yep.
Alright.
I thought it was perception.
Either way, it was perception or investigation. If you did investigation, I gave him +2.
22.
22. You look all around this thing, and you look underneath of it on the wall where it's bolted to, the entire back structure of the wall as quickly as you can. It does not look like there's anything here but this stone. This stone must be controlled by somebody or pre-programmed to do something.
Well, we can try this, little guy, but if I know the ways of the ether, then there's either like somebody has a manual off switch or this is like pre-programmed.
I'm out of my depth here. The most I've taken from mines is a few gems and some pickaxes. So you're the boss. What do I do?
Alright, fuck it. Let's try to take it out.
Okay, I'll give you one shot. How are you doing this?
Let's see. I have a crowbar, or we can kind of like try to manhandle it.
I have an option. I am going to put my hand on the crystal and I'm going to cast Reduce on it.
Okay. So, you... Okay. Awesome. Love it. Okay, so you cast Reduce on the gem. And as you do that, the gem slowly begins to shrink and then shrinks to about half its size. And once it is half the size it was, it just drops out of the fixture. And when it does, the cart loses all acceleration and it goes and just slows to a stop. But in the time it took you to discuss and stop that, you don't feel any negative momentum. It feels static.
Level ground.
Now, Trin, you see from where you're at, you're running towards your friends over here who've just stabbed this tent, and the tent has fallen and gone still. You look back up the hill, and the car, if I can grab it again, has made it to here, and it is stopped. And you notice that as it comes to a stop, there is 3 guards that exit the tent up here and begin walking towards it.
How far away is the bond? I'm assuming I'm way out of range.
I don't know what you're doing, but probably.
And
Yeah,
if you want to chat with Psionic Whispers, we have a mile. So
yeah, that's fine.
If it's another skill, then you might have to.
So you said it's 100 feet? Or 1 mile?
The mile is the message.
I'm muted.
Okay.
Am I coming through?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. She's going to, as she's running, making her way towards the tent, she's going to call back. Guards on the way.
I'm back. What were you asking?
That's fine. As Trin's making her way back towards the tent, she's going to think back to both Gwen and Oblib. Guards on the way. I see him. And that's all she's going to make out as she's moving part about here.
Okay. I'm going to ask one final thing of Anthony and Zip It. What are you guys doing right now with this tent dispatched?
Now with the tent still and the cart way up the hill, does there appear to be anybody else in the camp?
From where you're at, no, it's not in the quarry down here. If you want to, you can make a perception check with disadvantage.
Nope. I will point and hope that he understands that one, and then I will run just full ass sprint toward the train.
Okay.
I
Zip
think
it.
once you get a little bit out of the way, you'll be like, oh, I can talk again.
Yeah. So Zip it. What are you doing?
Yeah, but he uses hand signals.
Correct.
He's being inclusive.
Trying to. Inclusive or offensive, I'm not sure.
Zip it. What are you doing?
I just dropped something and I tried to catch it with my knees, and I think I about burst my nuts.
Oh God.
Oh no. The guillotine.
It was a bad pain.
Yeah. Bad choice.
I'll be praying for you.
Zip it. I can barely hear you.
I think he was making noise though.
Yeah, I saw his thing. Zip it. Speak up.
Chatting.
Boric!
Yes.
It's your turn. This thing's about over. What are you doing?
Oh shit. Oh.
Don't scare him like that. This thing's about over.
Dark.
Hold on, I gotta fucking
Manning,
zoom
how do you
out.
want to do this?
Murder everyone.
Yep.
Good damn, y'all making it quick up that mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, it's this brimstone power shit, man. This thing, it accelerates faster uphill.
Broomstone, my guy. BRUM.
Oh,
Is there like another one coming in, or is that the only one?
That's the only one you've seen so far.
So us three are just down here for like not jack shit now.
Apparently.
Well, I mean,
So this
Trent's around
triangle
back.
thing,
Yeah.
this triangle thing over here, next to Trend.
It's like a shelter. It's a tent with just an open
No,
bottom.
it's not. That's a trampoline.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
I mean, it does kind of look like it might be.
Yeah,
it
that's
is
a
not.
trampoline.
It is not. I
So,
promise.
so, can we go have fun while Gwen and Obliv are like about to die?
And I'm gonna pull a Grayson. Call me Robin. God, that's a lot of tracks to run up. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my abilities. I don't think I have anything that's gonna help.
It couldn't have been an air program where you could fly.
I know.
So you shall stand by for now.
You did see Anthony like hand signal to you, and he started running past it, or past you, and started going that way.
Yeah, which I'll say Anthony is about like here.
Fuck it, I'll just follow Anthony.
Okay.
By the way, fellas, I should have hung out and not did the rope because I just saw something where I have Song of Rest.
Oh,
So,
Yep. C'est la vie.
you're any friendly creature who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending one or more hit die. Each of those creatures regain an extra 1d6.
dude, that was so good.
Okay.
That was my little whisper song from the rooster. Y'all didn't get to enjoy it.
At this time, one of the guards approaches the car and looks inside. And let me roll.
Do I get a chance to react before he approached? Because I actually had a plan for
Sure.
this.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna put on the guard uniform, and I'm just gonna grab Gwen like she was robbing it,
Okay.
and we're totally synced up. I'm just telling her to play along, and I'm gonna act like I'm apprehending her.
All right, if things go wrong, I'm going to throw this rock at him and unfixate on this spell, and it's going to crush him. Hopefully.
At the very least, they'll be surprised.
Okay. So he looks inside the car. What the hell? Maybe.
This one's trying to rob us. I'm just wrestling with.
Okay.
Me.
Make a deception check first.
All right.
Can I give him advantage?
How do you plan on doing that?
You bastard! I almost got away with it, but you nefarious motherfucker! How could you catch me?
Okay.
You're fucking crow and you're rotten kids.
He's in a uniform and he doesn't get advantage. Harsh.
Yeah. Well, the situation's odd, and he's not familiar with this character, or with the guard's not familiar with Oblid. So go ahead and make it with advantage with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Dude, I just complained my way into getting you advantage. That's awesome.
You sure did.
Rousing performance.
I hope this teaches me only good lessons.
Anthony, the Karen we all need.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You got bitching inspiration.
so he says, "Gods, hold her," and then he reaches down, pulls out a whistle, and it like blows super hard on the whistle.
Ah, damn it.
We got a live one, and the other two guards approach the car.
Oh God.
Is like the track clear?
Yeah, those aren't there.
I'm gonna put that rock back in and concentrate on reduce so it gets big again.
Okay, pass her this way, and he
I-
reaches in.
Now
I
fuck
don't
this
mean-
man, I'm
I
out
don't
of
mean
here.
I don't mean to make this harder than it needs to be, but you're restrained. I feel like that should be a skill check with disadvantage.
This is a friendly restraint. I feel like it's one of those things like you're pretending to pull against each other, but if he actually pulls away, he can pull away.
Okay.
So yeah, Gwen drops the charade, pulls away, puts the stone back, and gets rid of his spell, and the stone immediately goes shink, and just falls back in place, and the car starts to move slowly. But at this time, with that happening,
They're gonna drive away without us.
okay. At this time, a large swath of blue shimmering light that both Gwen and Oblid mistake for brimstone outside of the car. It's super bright, but a very slightly different hue. But you can't help but think that it's got to be brimstone or something similar dealing in this environment. But if Trin is looking back, and definitely Anthony, because you're headed that direction, you guys at least see a two-dimensional thing just appear like here in front of the car. And it appears to be a two-dimensional veil that floats and flows like silk. And once this bright thing comes into full rendition, the light is almost blinding, and then once it disappears, 8 bodies manifest, fall unconscious, and then are blocking the rail. As the car starts to move slowly, it pulls up to one of them and then stops, not able to get enough momentum to fully start. And for a moment, they're still. They look like they're constructs, similar to Anthony. Bipedal beings made of stone and wood and plated in metal. At this time,
You ain't never had a friend like me.
At this time, are Anthony and the other two in the bottom coming this way?
Once Trin sees them coming towards which direction, she's gonna kind of like quickly nod up before the light got there, seeing the light, and then she's gonna start making her way up the up the I-beam, up the trail.
Oh,
Okay.
just real quick here. I need to actually roll a psionic die. Okay, so our group chat lasts for 2 hours, doesn't it?
Awesome.
Trinidad's gonna ask, what was that?
Yeah, the car stops. This, for Gwen and Album inside, the car comes to a stop even though the gem is in place. And you see the guards stop looking at you and they're looking forward down the track.
Well, little man, we're gonna fucking fight it, I guess.
Yeah, it was worth a shot, dude.
The first one, as the three down here are proceeding up the track, I'll place them about here. The first one begins to right itself. This one is slightly larger than the rest. It has a jaw made of metal, jagged teeth. It has what looks like wings made of blades on its back, and it stands up and grabs its head before blinking open illuminated glass orbs that stand in its eyes. He uses a long metal weapon, like a staff with three blades, three hooked blades on one side and the other, to help right itself and stand up properly. It kicks one of the others. Get up. Wake the others. We're here.
Oh, snap.
The other being gets up and starts shaking itself off and starts waking the others. Let me put some stuff on the map here.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nothing. It's gonna get bad.
Yeah, bro, this is getting intense. I was not expecting the voice changer.
The other
Do you
being
have those things? Oh, yep, yeah, you do. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Anthony, speak to your people.
The other beings start to be shaken awake and get up it seems to be very quickly. Whatever this large being is, they are as well. And they start to, they share a similar, makeup to each other. They're very sparsely clothed other than armor. All of them have really weird looking implements that you're assuming are weapons. As they all begin to rise quickly, they are holding what seems to be some sort of 2-3 foot long mechanism in their hands, and have some contraptions around their waist. The guard, as you guys continue to run up the hill, the guards ignore Gwen and Album in the car and start to move this way. Halt! Go no further. You're not permitted in the. And then the guard that was approaching them gets his neck grabbed by the leader here. What are you guys doing at this time?
Us in the cart or Amphity?
Anybody?
They have like hive mind, so is it like we are Legion?
I don't think we know anything about them. Other than that,
Anthony.
they're similar. They're similar to Anthony.
Could I try to figure out how the fuck they got here?
You can try, but it'd be a disadvantage. You were in the car when all this happened. You didn't see the veil.
Alright, just tell me what to roll and I'll try.
You can roll Arcana.
Okay. $17.
17. Peeking out of the car and looking at them. As they begin to move around and position themselves, you know that these things don't look like they're from here. You don't know what that means or where they came from, but you know they probably came from a faraway place, whether that be from this realm or another. There's enough time in this space that the three of you can make your way all the way up the hill if you so choose to.
Trin will.
You said you will not?
No, Trin will.
Okay. So, Anthony and Zip, feel free to maneuver your tokens as you will.
I don't know if it will let me, sir, but I shall attempt to.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
Is Anthony
I'm ducking,
You ducking? Okay.
just trying, like, just around that corner.
Okay. So you'll be over by
I'm
Anthony?
try- Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep up with Anthony.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You can be right there. No problem. And with the beings moved,
If it is the Flash.
with there's some time. With the beings moved, the car starts to move forward again, but then one of them walks forward and puts a hand on it and a foot on the wheel and just holds it there.
Is it like spinning against?
No, it's
Like it's not going.
no, it's not like a rev. This is a very slow buildup of speed, so it's just been stopped before it can gain any momentum. And the creature then that has the guard, apparently the lead guard by the neck, lifts him up in the air. I can at least say with certainty that men don't change, no matter what realm you're in. Good. Makes my decision easy. Oh, that didn't turn on the voice thing, did it? Okay, well, sorry. That's supposed to be in the voice changer. My bad.
You're good.
And then he drops the man to the ground, and he hits hard and doesn't get up. So, do you choose to do anything?
I'm probably gonna do something dumb, Oblu.
We're probably
God
gonna
damn
have to take out these We're probably gonna have to take out these Ultron motherfuckers if they're gonna steal our score.
Hey guys, what's up? You guys want this broomstone?
Where are we?
You're at a place called Rhinemore? Well, I'll tell them like the name of the mine. I guess I wouldn't just say the fucking
Carbide.
You're in Carbide Mine.
One of the guards says, "Men, hold your ground. Don't move." I agree. Don't move. Just everyone, please calm down. And at this time, sorry, we're still working on this thing. At this time, more veils start to open. Magical gateways start to pepper the landscape all around you. And now there is a swath of these creatures that are fallen face down and unconscious. But one of the ones from over here goes and starts waking them up as they arrive.
Trent's going to go up to zip it. I think you and I need to get out of here.
I'm actually gonna psionic whisper over to Trin. If you can grab one before they're woken up, that might be useful to us later.
I wouldn't recommend it. And the being walks over to the car and looks inside at you.
Trent's going to
You
grit
heard
her
that?
teeth.
Was that in the group chat?
Oh no, that was I was incredulous. I was talking
Oh,
to
okay.
This fella.
Yeah, got it. He just kind of smirks at you. Can you just wait? Can any of you just act civilized for a moment?
Hey, big guy, I'm chilled. I'm chill. I'm cool. It's all cool.
You hear, because he's blocking your vision, Gwen and Noblin, but the others of you can see that one of the guards just decides to rush and go against one of these guys, and they get about halfway there before this guy over here discharges whatever weapon he's holding, shoots some sort of projectile at the guard, which blows him 10 feet back, and he is dead. No.
Sir, the probability of us surviving this encounter, we're fucked.
So this is what
So,
it's
hey,
like to dream. Surround, and he snaps his fingers, and the God dang it, sorry. He snaps his fingers, and the remainder of the ones over here, except for the one holding the car, surround the car. And this one comes over here. The other ones form a line and begin to expand around this cliffside. You hear the last guard over here scream out. Oops, no, he didn't move. You hear him scream out, "Intruders, sound the alarm!" And when he does that, it takes us a few beats, and then you hear a come from the other side of the cavern. Are the three of you down track doing anything?
I'm assuming so. When he spoke, did he speak when he was like, did the thing he said in response to what Gwen sent out? Was that through the sign like message, or was that just out loud to them?
No, that was out loud.
Okay. But all these are moving around currently, correct? Like all these ones down here.
Yeah, all of them are active, moving around, and holding weapons.
Oblique would like to take this opportunity in Psionic Whispers to inform Gwen and Trin that this one can hear our whispers.
Knowing that, yeah, Trin is going to look at Zibit and Zibit. She is going to sign. If you want to run, I'm behind you. We don't need to stay here. And she's going to point at her cloak, indicating that she took some of the broomstone.
Was Oblique in any way aware that Trin did this?
Did you just now point to yourself and like gesture to him?
Like moving, kind of like trying to do it subtly, like, like I guess I'm assuming because this is just a sheer drop off face. Is that correct?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what kind of role. She's trying to do it like just to zip it, but
if Oblique catches that, he's gonna do something. Otherwise, nothing happens.
I don't know if there's a roll. Do I need to roll like sleight of hand or anything?
Yeah, let's roll sleight of hand for that.
Okay. That is 14 plus 7. 21.
21. Okay, you're able to make the gesture, and it's like just by the angle and your skills, you're able to make it so you don't think anybody else saw you. But I believe you did see Trin make this gesture.
Okay. Oblique will stick his hand up and give the sign for run. The thieves can't sign.
Okay.
The being here is going to move his blade. I don't think I need this. And then he's going to take his blade and slice through the axle of this car, slicing it clean through like a fresh blade on paper. And the car collapses. And don't go anywhere just yet. Let me get my bearings. And after he walks away for a second and reaches into his a storage compartment on his side and pulls out a small piece of brimstone. It's glowing very faintly blue, and he just examines it, looks in the car, kind of nods a little bit, puts it back in his pouch. And at this time, you see that you hear rather that there is yelling and movement in the distance, especially you three down on the track. A small airship that you didn't notice before on the east side of the quarry on the top begins to whirl up, and this airship begins to lift off the ground slowly. And the being sighs, looks towards one of his group, and then points towards the airship. And the construct that he pointed to runs as close as he can to that location, and then pulls one of the balls off the side on his belt, pulls something off, and chucks it. And just like a few heartbeats after the ball falls nearby the airship, there is a great explosion of blue electric energy as just fire begins to erupt on the ship, and it cracks and then falls back to the ground, and smoke just erupts from the area. I said, don't move. Do we understand each other now? And he looks at you, you two in the car, to the guard, and then back to you two in the car. The other three of you down the rails are being watched by the rest of these soldiers.
Oblique will look to Gwen and look back at the entity, and I guess he'll shake his head. Yeah. Okay, I won't move.
Yep.
You look like you are at odds with these rude people. And he goes and puts an arm around this last guard. This last guard is actually a very young man. It looks like he might have been in training. He's a human, late teens, but dressed in appropriate guard gear like the rest of them were. You little one. And he kind of like stares at this trembling man who has just dropped his weapon, is trying to act submissive. I think that if there's any left in that hole in the ground, they can be my guests. This one, however, and he hugs him tight, like close. This one will die. As an example. The rest of you can be my heralds.
Heralds?
You five, and he counts, so he looks at you two, and then you three on track counts. Yes, looks like it. 5. We'll leave. You will be my heralds. Hooray! How nice. Tell the rest of the world of my arrival. Start the parades, light the fireworks. Tell them that if they come here, they will die. We will not accost others, and he holds up a finger, if they don't accost us, as these ones have. This is what they have just learned. Isn't that right, you poor soul? And he just like kind of shakes him a little bit, like like joking with him, but it's very much not.
Who do we say you are? What do
Who
we
is
tell them?
our great herald? Who are we heralding?
I love that you asked. You can call me the Lord of Blades.
The Lord of what?
Blades.
Lakes?
Blades.
Yes, blades.
Like Glade, like the cat.
Plates?
Before you leave, and I implore that you do, you have a choice to make. How fun. I have set a precedent. Well, maybe not have already. I need to set a precedent. And if I don't, no one will believe that I am serious. So I'll be placing this man's head, and he like puts his metal large hand on top of the boy's head and kind of messes his hair up a little bit. The boy is terrified. All color has drained from his face. I'll be placing his head onto a spike to rot outside this facility as an example of what I am capable of. Eventually I'll have to replace it with others, as bird-picked skulls don't quite send the same sentiment. But for the time being, his ticket has been punched. Would any of you like to take his place? Or are the
No,
more...
that's rough.
or-
Oblique won't Oblique won't step out of the cart, but he'll tell the Lord that we're not with them, and killing them isn't exactly intimidating to us.
Oh, I don't expect it to be. I am simply testing the morals of this land in which I find myself.
Okay.
Are the morals of this world the same as where I came from? Come on, look at this face. And he like squishes the cheeks of the boy into his mouth, like with his large hand, and the other is still on his weapon. And you see tears start to form in the eyes of the boy, and it roll down his face.
How hurt does the boy look injured, or is he
He's
still what he's?
he's healthy.
He's alive.
He's alive. He's not been hurt yet. And the
Massively surrounded.
the Lord of Blades
Yeah.
the Lord of Blades looks to you, Gwen and Oblib, and then to the other three, just scanning, waiting for any of you to answer.
Well, part of my thing was I was gonna like shoot the boy.
Yes. I will profess to the Herald. We profess to the Lord of Blades. We will be your heralds. As an act of gratitude for letting us go, let us kill him.
Make a persuasion check.
At least this way it'll probably be less painful. Okay, persuasion?
Yes. 14. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Then in that case. What about now?
That also fails. Sad to say. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that also fails.
Okay. And that one expends one of my die, so I'll mark that.
Last
Oh, no, it
chance.
doesn't, 'cause it didn't check. It didn't succeed.
And he stop. And he then takes the boy and then marches over to this cliff face. And he puts him in front of him, where his feet barely touch the ground, on like a ledge down from where he's at. And he holds the boy on the shoulder, and takes his large 6 blade, whips it around, and holds the blade up to his neck, and watches you. Not a single one of you. Not a single one of you. Really. Not concerned about this innocent little boy.
We were robbing them. They're
Yeah.
as good as dead to us.
The other way around, they wouldn't care either.
Is that true? And he looks at the boy. The boy can't form words. He is actively sobbing. Oh, what a face of evil I see. And then he takes the blades, and while looking at the 3 on the track, he's going to focus over there. And he's going to pull the blades and decapitate the boy. The head tumbles down the rails.
Oblique will look away.
The head tumbles down the cliff in front of you and lands somewhere about here. Again, I see my choice is made easy.
You mark that on the DM screen. Just out of curiosity, where did the head land?
Oh, I just pinged it. It's right there.
I saw it. Okay. Good distance.
I'm surprised not at you. And he's looking at Anthony. I didn't know beings like us existed in a place like this.
What do you mean, a place like this? Aren't you from here?
That was
No,
Anthony.
not hardly.
Yeah, I'm here. Couple other of us.
Do they treat you as slaves? Burn you and burden you and beat you and whip you? keep you for errands and torture.
I mean, I
And he's like trying to remember what was going on at the lake,
Mm-hmm.
and no.
Then maybe there is some hope yet. Either way, it is not for them to say anyway. And then he's going to begin walking back to the car. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh god.
Holy crap, he's morphing.
Fuck.
And he's going to look in the car and see the broomstone. Grab a handful of one, like a large chunk, and just turn it over in his hands. The one hand that's not holding the blade. This might be useful. What is this? And he holds it out to Oblib.
Oblib will say, it's a power source. We use it for technologies. It's of great value, and you have a mine of it. And Oblib will point down towards the cave. You have a mine of it here that you're now in control of.
Perfect.
This is like the entire reason we came here.
And you said this place is Carbide.
Carbide and mine.
Fantastic place for a new home. Thank you for your cooperation. Which one of you would like to die first? And he then hops in the car.
Let me think about this, actually. I think I have some moves here.
You do whatever you gotta do first. I've got an idea.
What size is he?
He's large.
Okay, I will simply...
You will simp?
I will simp for him. I'm going to... Cunning action hide and use halfling nimbleness to simply walk away.
He actually is able to notice that, but just begins laughing. Where is my mind? I would not do such a thing to my heralds. You would do this for me, right? To announce my arrival to this world.
Hey, yeah. You know, as long as I don't have to get my head fucking lobbed off.
Gather your friends and go. Tell them about your new lord. And he just stands there and waits.
Okay. Not hiding. Oblib will psionic whisper, since, you know, at least that this Lord of Blades is able to hear that. Trin, this is not looking good. They're gonna let us go, but these guys are bad news, and we have to tell the world that they're in charge.
Trin will kind of like
don't
cuss.
forget.
Okay.
Come on up here. They want you up here with us.
Trin is gonna cuss, like under her breath. I'm assuming they're all these guys are looking at us in our direction.
Yeah, you're being watched constantly.
Okay. She's gonna kind of hold her, like the hem of her cloak in her hand. Looks like we're fucking expected.
Oh yeah, this was a setup.
And she's going to very slowly make her way forward, still holding onto the hem of her cloak. As she's doing this, she's looking around, like through her peripheral vision to see if there's like any quick escape route that she can find.
Make a simple intelligence check.
13.
13. That's enough to know that all of these creatures have extremely powerful ranged weapons. You don't know their power and you don't know their range, and they outnumber you 3-1.
We may have something for that, but she's going to wait until she gets to the card.
Gwen would kind of just saddle out.
I'm gonna say in the group chat, if we play our cards right, we will walk away from here alive.
I don't need to encourage you to leave, do I?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the rest of the guys. We'll get the hell out of your hair.
Yep,
Out of
indeed.
your wires. Sorry.
He jumps down off the car and waits out here with the rest of them.
Oblique will turn to the Lord of Blades and point up towards the cliff. Yeah, oh. I think you should do that. Actually.
No.
I don't care how you leave. Then
Do you mind if
again-
we take? Do you mind if, as we leave, we take some of this broomstone, and then he'll point and he'll say, we came in off of that cliff over there, but we didn't really intend. As you can see, the rope stops. We need to go forward to leave.
Then go. Then again, how many men does it take to deliver a message? And you see, him, kind of like grab and gently move the guy behind him right here, and you see that this Warforged lifts up his rifle and aims at Gwen.
All right, I'm out. See ya.
And as you move, he fires a shot as you begin to run that way, and it's going to.
I'm gonna throw a psychic dagger.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The bolt.
You're going to throw a psychic dagger at what?
At the bolt. I'm gonna intercept the trajectory.
Okay. First, let me do something real quick.
Okay.
It actually takes kind of a couple people to deliver a message. Otherwise, like,
It depends on how far
you're just
you want
some
the message to
raving
go.
lunatic talking about robots
I'm
that have
gonna
just
turn-
appeared out of nowhere to take over the world.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna believe one single person who told me that.
okay, so a couple of things happen. I need to make sure I don't misstep my words here.
Okay.
So, as the rifle is fired and Gwen begins to run out of the way, Gwen, your ring flashes hot and hums around your finger, and you feel a sudden tug on your being from the ring, and then a whooshing fills your ears, and a familiar magic engulfs you, and the world goes black for a heartbeat, and you are gone. Now, with that, we'll come back to that. The bolt is heading towards Trin, with Gwen having moved out of the way. So first, I'm going
Would
to.
I be able to react to that or not?
Yeah, if you can react to that, if you have a reaction to use.
Because yeah, seeing that Gwen was being shot at rather, Trin is going to like pass the rope kind of over herself a bit, like flowing up the rope around her, and she is going to suddenly vanish from the area. She's going invisible
Okay.
with her shadow touched.
Okay. So then that means this attack will be at disadvantage, you being invisible. It
Correct.
wasn't even aimed at you, and you went invisible, so this disadvantage will be granted. Now let me roll this, and then we can factor in Alweb trying to throw a dagger, intercepting what is essentially an arcane projectile midair. And the disadvantage attack, the disadvantage attack on this is going to be 22.
Okay.
So make an attack roll on this moving projectile, and I'll say that if you get a 19 or a 20 on the dice, then it will hit and deflect and be able to deflect it enough to miss.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just making sure I don't have any feats that I can use to add to this if I fuck it up.
Sure.
Okay, I don't, so crossing my fingers.
Okay. So you throw the blade and it misses by inches, and it hits the car just behind where you're aiming at. So the bolt of energy from this weapon finds its target, and you're going to take 23 damage.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
So Trin falls down unconscious. This big burn of energy on her chest, like it's just burned and singed her clothes on the front, and she falls down backwards. Is at this time the Lord of Blades gestures you down the track with his right arm.
Okay. Oblique will look at Trin and move forward, seeing that there's nothing much I can do here. And I'll turn and say, the answer to your question is all of us.
And how would that be? Do you not have a mouth?
If any of us dies, I surmise you will have to kill us all. And the word of your presence here will never be unveiled until you start to besiege.
Are you saying you're not to perform this task unless I heal this one?
No, I'm saying if you let us take Trin with us, we will be your heralds. Otherwise, this is a slaughter.
Yes, please take the corpse. Take out the trash as you go.
Oblique will backtrack and ask for Anthony's assistance, since he is closest.
I will oblige.
And I'll say, well, I guess you heard him. Let's get going. And I'll look back. Zip it, are you coming?
Zippett's got his headphones in. He's just been bopping to like rap music.
Yeah, this whole time.
He says yes and follows you.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah, I see his thing going. He's not talking though. Maybe something, a technical issue actually. Okay, assuming he follows.
I don't suppose this is a situation where I could use heal wounds.
Probably not
Cure
here.
wounds.
You can certainly try.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid any action here will make things worse. I think we need to do what they ask.
Okay.
Just like to heal our friend.
The longer we stay here, the more of us will need healing. We can heal after.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You guys pack up and start to move down track. And after about 30 feet or so, I need Trin to make a death save.
16.
Success. You guys make it another 30 feet away. And Trin, now you make
Can
another death save.
I make a medicine?
19.
Success. You sure can. What are you trying to do?
To, like, stabilize?
Okay. Make a medicine check. I think if it's over 10. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
I think the first one is 10.
Yeah, so do a medicine check and try to administer medicine to stabilize Trin. If you get higher, the 10 or higher, then she is stabilized.
Sorry, man. That was a nat 1.
Okay, doesn't work. You guys keep walking. Give me another death save.
With a +5.
That's a 2.
2. So 2 successes and 1 failure. You guys are far enough away now. You're about 120-ish feet away. You feel reasonably safe to do whatever you need to do. You're still probably within range of their weapons, but you are out of range of what might be considered offensive to the Lord of Blades. You think you might be able to act more actively on Trin.
I was talking to Channing earlier, and he said he has Cure Wounds. So I feel like if Zippet knows Trin,
Okay.
then he would cast Cure Wounds.
Oh,
on her.
absolutely. Okay, so yeah, we'll say that he casts Cure Wounds on her.
Hold on, I'll roll a d8, then just add like I think +3 or something to it.
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah, so you recover 9 health, Trin, and you are no longer making death saves and unconscious.
Trin kind of wakes up. What's something else?
Dude, I'm so surprised we're alive right now.
When your vision returns, Gwen, you are no longer in the mine, but knocked flat on your back under a sky full of stars in a forest clearing, a small fire crackling nearby. Gwen? Your mother is suddenly kneeling beside you, her shocked face pale and runes flaring as she looks over you. She turns to call over her shoulder, "Vorik, Kaelin!" Behind her, you see 2 more faces rushing over to you, blurry still as you're regaining yourself. One of your oldest brother and the other of your mother's old friends. What do you do?
Gwen would probably like think for a second, look around. She'd like get on her knees and start crying. She'd be like, "Mom, something bad came."
Lysari only has eyes for you. Her hands are soft on your face and arm. Gwen, what happened?
Come again for Big Fudge?
And Gwen would tell them like everything that happened. She would kind of omit the things where they murdered just random people, but she would tell them, you know, about the job and trying to go get some broomstone and stuff, and you know, everything going the way it did up until like, you know, the Lord of Blades came and all that shit. They're there at the mines. I left people there. I don't know what happened to them. I thought I was gonna die.
Suddenly, if Torin comes bursting through the trees, and he rushes to a stop in front of you, sniffing over you before presenting his giant head to your pressing his giant head to your torso. His grumble fills your mind as he does so, and relief is clear in the way you received the message gift. And
Something bad's gonna happen. I got a weird feeling about it. They said they didn't come from here.
It's okay. It's okay. It was your ring. It had a failsafe to bring you to safety. It would only trigger if you were about to die. And she calms you and just reassures you that it's going to be okay, and just tries to bring you back to level. Vorik asks you who it was.
I don't. He. Would Gwen have ever heard about Flint?
No.
Okay.
Like not in such a direct way that you would probably recall easily.
Well, she would kind of explain Anthony and be like, I signed up with one of those metal men. I don't know what they're called exactly. But he was a pretty friendly guy. He had a really, really annoying voice though. But these guys, they just they popped out of nowhere, and they all looked like him kind of, except for one that had wings and he was massive. He was covered in blades all over his body. He said he wanted us to be his heralds.
If you wanted messengers, then your friends are likely safe. We can find them. We need to tell your sister about this. And that is where we are going to cut for this evening. And that is
Bro, that's fucking intense.
that is the end of this module.
Oh my god.
I was hoping Trin would just be like exploded everywhere.
I mean, for 6d8, that was not a whole lot of damage.
I'm like, okay, so she's dead, right?
Bro, that would have fucking obliterated Gwen.
Dude, if that had hit me,
Mm-hmm.
man, I wish it would have hit me. I would have been at 1 HP. I would have still been standing. I would have
Man,
ate
you
that.
gotta have like a badass retort.
I'm still standing.
I didn't hear no bell.
Yeah, right?
So yeah. Now the Lord of Blades has landed in Renmore.
Kothis is getting invaded by Eberron.
So you're familiar. You understand what's going on right now.
I mean, I don't know like much about Eberron lore. I just kind of know like about the Lord of Blades.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's fucking scary.
Did any of you pick up that the title screen is an artistic rendition of him? I think
What, the future is now?
Yeah.
No, the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. You did see that beforehand, or do you see it now?
I did not see it beforehand.
No.
Yeah.
Of who?
The Lord of Blades.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find the original art before I edited it.
I'll share a screenshot of the Lord of Blades for reference.
Hang on. Yeah, there you go. Doot. This was the original image that I edited for the thing.
Oh man, nice. Dude,
Everyone's a scary
thick as
place.
hell.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's fucking freaky, bro.
And we're not done yet. We have one more prequel to set up this campaign.
I was like, I'm gonna
Wait a
fucking
minute,
die.
that's a
I'm gonna
Pokemon,
die
isn't
in this goddamn cart with fucking Anthony.
Yeah, dude.
I tried so hard to slow that thing down.
You did.
The Lord of
You
Blades-
tried so hard.
When the Lord of Blades
You got
picked
so
up,
far.
picked up one of his blades, and I had done the hand sign to Trin, I was like, oh, okay, so he doesn't have a hand anymore. I just knew. I just wrote off the hand.
And I will say it's worth noting pretty easily once you're out of the stress of the situation and had time to think about it, it's pretty easy to understand that for him to cut the solid steel axle off of a car, his blade is adamantium.
Wow.
Yeah, because Trin tried it and like it just
Spit
sputtered
it
for a second,
out.
just kept going.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
spit
when-
out,
when
it's spit
Trin-
out a
yeah.
solid metal crowbar.
Like and the crowbar was twisted. Like it wasn't even like just shot out. It was destroyed.
Anthony, you seem surprised at the Gwen history reveal?
Yeah, dude. I recall the I think one or two other times you mentioned that Lysari's daughter's name was Gwen or Guinevere, but for some reason I didn't make the association.
I actually did not, but I mean, sure.
Oh, I thought you had.
No,
But all the same, yeah, that
there's
was such a
several.
revelation.
It's
Different
good,
daughter.
Good stuff. Yeah, and there we go. Stop the music there. Well, good
Bro,
game, guys.
that was intense. Oh my god.
I feel like
That's
that.
super fucking-
I felt like that was stressful in you guys.
Yeah. I kind
It
of
really
didn't know what
was.
to fucking do.
I really had to fight the urge to die on my feet.
Yeah.
Trin was going to absolutely take off without the rest of you guys.
Man, I was down for that too. I was
Yeah.
like, save yourself.
Yeah, no,
This is
sure,
about
that's
to be a slaughter.
She was not about to leave like Zibit where he was, but she was like, "I'm about to cast invisibility and get the fuck out of Dodge."
It was a valiant effort.
I was like, oh my god. Because Dustin told me, he's like, that ring you got is like basically like you can sending out and talk to your mom and stuff. And I was like, he was like, do you use that ring? And I was like, not in front of the guy. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't want to get fucking shanked like point blank.
And Wisteria was not there. She was not part of it, but she had a thing for Gwen that if she was in danger, to help her out of that. And so, yeah, in its own way, not like by her own design, by Gwen's design, but Gwen also was just yoinked out of there without you guys, just left you. And
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably a good thing that Gwen didn't use the ring prior to that moment because I was paying attention to what you were saying and what was going on. And if there was ever a bauble anywhere that was mentioned, such as that ring, I'm pretty sure I would have tried to steal it.
I mean, you were around her for several weeks preparing to go on this mission, but I imagine in your mind, the cost of the ring was outweighed by the potential gain of this mission.
True.
But yeah, as far as the rest of you are concerned, Gwen left you. That's all you know, is that she ran and was gone.
Man.
You know, I think it's cool
She got away.
is like, you know, when we actually get
Gary's
to,
daughter is into like robbing shit.
hey bro, listen,
Yeah,
you get raised as a princess, you're not gonna want to rebel every once in a while. But like once we start
if she gets
playing,
away, power to her. Anthony just has to go back to the asylum now.
But yeah, you guys can think it fair play or however you want to, is however you want to, however your character would think of it. But the fact remains that the person who contracted you to go on this mission just left you, and maybe that's fine. That was expected, but that's what happened.
I mean, I don't think Trin would be too upset considering like her background. She's kind of used to like you save your own skin when things go down. So I think for her it'd be like definitely an understanding of like, nah, she kind of did the right thing because I would have done the same thing if I had the opportunity.
You actively tried to do the same thing.
you
I
did.
actively tried to do the same thing.
So she got yoinked.
Man, Oblieve, the traveling here was actually, you know, the taking the damage and losing the ammo. That was kind of sucky, but the travel here was pretty normal for Oblieve. He spends a lot of his time when he's not at home, out doing shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't know it quite yet, Gwen. It's gonna take you.
What is his job?
He doesn't have one. He is jobless, and what I don't think I'm gonna bring him into Renmore. So I'll tell you a little bit about him. He likes to collect things. He doesn't sell the things he steals, believe it or not. Unless he has to. If he's starving, if he owes a debt, he'll sell stuff. But otherwise, it's his shit.
Gwen, you don't know this quite yet.
Respect that.
It's gonna take you like a day or so to get back on your feet, but you are currently still in Rhinemore. This is one day after the Convergence Gala, so Aseri and everybody else are there, still in Rhinemore, working on transiting back to Fountain or Phelan's Court.
okay. I just think it's cool. We can all go into Ronmore and like have characters that just don't know each other at all.
Mhm.
It's neat.
Or trust each other, for that matter.
Yeah,
Well, I hope you guys had fun. Thanks for
that was
playing.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
good.
that was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah, I had
awesome.
a lot of fun.
Next one, we'll have to schedule a while out. I need to stop the recording for Benny. This is enough. And